What?
Tell me when you... Hello, everybody! Son of a bitch. Let me open up your stream just so I can get comments on the side. Okay. So, hello, everybody, and welcome to a... No, seriously, did you start recording?
Yes!
Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another session, chapter of the Ageless Accolade, chapter 13. Got that number right. Nobody helped me on this one this time. So, Kraft is going to be a bit late, but we'll start without him.
I literally
Fuck
told him what the number was before we started recording.
You have no video evidence of that.
The Twitch VOD will decide your fate!
So, after a series of one-on-ones and doing everybody's downtime, some being a bit more exciting, some being a bit more fruitful than others. But all in all, I think the result was, at least mechanically speaking, decently satisfactory. Narratively wise, well, you guys would hear this around being in Paris and like, so let's get through the important parts. Let's go with the one that screams out the most. So,
Crafts.
of course. So, yeah, so you hear, one night as you're sort of, doing your own stuff and, occasional talks and blah, blah. You do hear that there was seemingly an attack at Elysium. That some kindred elder, they state they have names and blah, blah. Some people have a bit more positive outlook. Some people negative, blah, blah. Seem to have been burned alive in Elysium. And, oh no, it's... How could this happen? This is an attack on kindred society itself, some are crying out. Security has obviously been increased, so to say, but the perpetrator has yet to properly be found.
Who could it be?
This begs the question, does Elysium have enough fire exits?
Apparently not. The private meeting room only has one way, route that's easily blocked.
Oh.
And that's one thing that catches your news. Some of you who might be a bit more on the social leaning or whatnot have also recently found out that during the parts, a distant village, not terribly far away from Paris, but, a distance away, has been burned down to the ground for heresy. It seems that that area has been keeping pagans and heretics for a while now, and the church has deemed it to be prime burning ground. Free charcoal for the coming winter.
I'm not sure I'm okay with this.
For you guys specifically, since I would maintain that there's at least the most minimalist of contact that exists, Severin left the city for a good while, coming back as a reformed man. Not really, but you know that he left the city for a while going out somewhere.
Yes. Conversion therapy camp.
Did he finally get a decent path?
Huh?
So sad.
And that's sort of what screams out. What the rumors and hearsay or goes around, or things that you would know. Now, going on to something else that isn't in some way indirectly or directly related to you guys. So since 3 months have approximately passed since the incident, there was a small little bit of downtime, sort of said, for keeping things out, but it was also used to properly gain contestants for the tournament and, that was supposed to be going on. And now that spring has passed, the blooming of contestants, as some of the Toreador would scream out, summer arrives with the arrival of fresh blood ready to hone itself and shine bright in these tournaments.
Demi,
And
if that's the way they speak about, I need to know how many exits in total does the castle have as a whole?
well, depends where you're going to have it. You guys would be notified. I mean, the Persians in general have been notified earlier, but you guys all of you get a specific little note invitation beforehand. One is a formal invitation coming to watch the first grand competition of this tournament, the famous jousting tournament of Paris. And there will be plenty of contenders and plenty of drinks and socializing to go around with it. Second is a bit more of an informal invitation, one that you recognize at this point, inviting for you a day before the tournament happens, to gather up all of you as a coterie and get over to the Sheriff's and Seneschal's place. There's going to need to be a talk. And with that, those are the letters you all receive.
Okay.
So eventually, the day before arrives. I'm presuming you're all going to, at one point or another, gather up. Now, question would be, would you gather up at the castle or see about gathering up beforehand?
I mean, have you seen each other like in the meantime?
I would presume, depending on how, this is more of a you thing if you want to do it, but I'm presuming at a very minimum base.
Yeah, Domhnall would have checked in like maybe twice a month, but he's mostly been busy doing his own things.
Yeah, everybody's been decently busy, so that's why I'm going with minimum, unless stated otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. That's understandable. Then, I don't know. We did a lot of meetings like beforehand when we had more contact.
Lambert would probably just head directly to the castle, to be honest.
Yeah, you'd be getting these notes and invitations about a week before it actually happens. So rather than rushing in front, if you guys want to, gather together anything before or whatever, you guys have the opportunity to do so.
Oh, well, in that case,
I would also, I kind of want like some sort of meeting, not too like early, but with like enough decent time to have a talk.
Yeah, you guys have your sort of secret meeting spot. You guys have the way to contact via birds or directly going to each other. So if you guys want to go that approach, you can, and you can find an appropriate date and wherever. So is that the approach you're going to take?
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably going to take like a set of some birds. I have no idea what the others are going to do.
yeah, I guess we can meet up. I don't see why not if we have this much time ahead of us.
All right. So on that note, essentially, I'll say, because Kraft is running late, that Severin in general would be running late to whatever meetings you guys will be holding.
Domhnall is gonna show up obfuscated and see if what the mood is with the others before revealing himself, and just he doesn't want to get involved in the conversation unless he has to after what has happened.
Wow.
Fair enough.
So yeah, I'm just gonna be there, invisible, unless they detect me.
Fair enough. Just hello, Kraft. Are you present?
Hello. There we
To get you up to snuff real quick, what happened? 3 months passed. You guys got an invitation to come to the first competition of the tournament, which would be a jousting tournament. And you guys are formally invited there. And you also got another invitation to come a day before the tournament actually happens, to gather up as a coterie and meet up with the sheriff and seneschal. And currently, the others are wanting to meet up before that. But Donald, you can roll. Let's go with a perception empathy, I suppose, just to see the general moodness.
Like either way, I'm just gonna stay obfuscated and listen to them what they're discussing to see if I'm a topic of conversation.
What the fuck?
On my way here, I'd like to buy like 3 chickens and wring their necks
Oh,
All right.
as a way to prepare a little gift.
Heresy!
I think the brother will appreciate it the most. Oof. Drinking animal blood is not a thing Toreadors usually do, okay?
But you're not a real Toreador, we all know that.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I'm a wine Toreador. I'm more cultured than the others. Hello?
Oh, also, Severin, to note, famous rumors that are going around. Somebody attacked a elder in Elysium. Nobody really knows the perpetrator, but
Oh shit.
it seemed they were burned alive. You also learned that a village has burned down to the ground nearby Paris.
Oh my god.
And yeah, the rest, if you keep up minimal contact, some of your closer associates would probably know that you left for Orleans. But that's sort of the gist of it. Sort of the main things that come out to speak out.
Big oof.
Okay. So,
All right.
does anybody going to the meeting place have Auspics activated for any chance?
Yeah, most likely because just so no one messes with the meeting place itself.
All right. Let me just see that. Okay. Does anybody have Auspics 3 for any chance?
Of course not. Who would ever get that?
I have chickens. That's all I have.
Indeed.
Just break their necks. Is there anyone here who's not visible and is hungry?
Cursed. Severin, you're the
So,
only person who can. You can roll. There's going to be a contested. I think it was for obfuscate. I think it's with stealth at difficulty 7, and for you, craft, it's perception awareness at difficulty 6.
Oh, he's up to Aspects 4.
Yeah, I am. I've always been at Auspics 4.
Cunt.
I was thinking about going 5, but then I'm like, nah, Princess 5 is better.
I mean, that's how it's written, but that's not how we've done it for the longest time.
What?
Pick up.
Her difficulty. Oh, the base difficulty here is 8. Huh. Lower difficulty by 1 for
But
every
this
dodge she has
isn't a
next.
contested roll.
Isn't this technically contested?
No, the way this is
Oh, then
written
it's-
in here, this is
yeah.
just,
In
No, it's more of like I'm trying to detect him.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
true. How do you guys want to go about this? I'm fine with either way. I've so
How
far
did
been
we do
using
it before?
contested.
Shouldn't we just keep
I'm not
doing
sure
that?
it
Yeah.
was. Yeah, it's contested if it's even, and we just turned it into being contested like.
No, I think even like in the even if you exceeded,
That's how we did it in V20.
Yeah, but I believe like raw is a bit different. Whereas
Yeah,
always sort
you
of contested,
auto
but again,
detect it if your Auspex is
Yeah.
higher raw, but I mean
On
we've done it this way since campaign start. Like the
Kinda,
normal
yeah.
way.
So fuck it at the time being, but good to know. So just roll the perception awareness at difficulty 6. We'll just keep on as we did.
Awareness or alertness?
Awareness.
Oof.
Since you're kind of trying to appear supernatural stuff rather than actually,
Wasn't it alert? Whatever. At level difficulty 6, right?
Yep.
Oof.
Nope. You don't see shit.
There's
There-
nobody here. Where the
there's a-
fuck is Domino,
Yeah, there's a point, Domino, you hidden there obfuscated, where you feel for a second like, oh shit, he's about to spot me, but nah, he just glances over you and it's like, okay.
The night.
safe. So In terms of who's going to arrive, since Dom sort of already presented that he'd come super early, the rest of you roll 1d10 or a luck die in just general, just to see what sort of arrivement you guys come into.
Okie dokie.
Higher is going to be sooner, essentially.
Oof.
Yeah, Severin.
Severin is
Maybe-
early
maybe-
as fuck.
Maybe it's because you were, your strict mentor for a while, but you've practiced being on time, and you get there, 15 minutes early just to be like, so nobody can blame you for coming late at any possible sense.
Oh, he's
Oof.
been whipped. Our poor boy's been abused. Oh no.
I have a. I actually don't know his class. I know he's a Toreador, right? But I
So-
actually have a fucking wine mentor now. God bless.
So, Domhnall, you stand there, sort of waiting. Somebody comes in eventually, and it's Severin. A few minutes will pass, and eventually the priest will arrive, and maybe about 30 seconds to a minute, Triblana also arrives. And yeah, Domhnall's not here yet, guys.
What the fuck?
But the three of you are gathered up.
Domhnall has a life outside you, cunt.
So, Treblana,
Oh.
you are.
All right, the Nazi was supposed to be following me.
What Nazi?
Don't ask.
Don't
What
ask.
the fuck have you done?
I'm aware of that.
F Nazi. They don't have aspects.
Yes, Lambert. What can I do for you?
Here. I'll hand you the chicken. Hold it out to you.
Oh, thanks. How considerate of you. And here I didn't bring anything for you.
Oh, that's quite all right.
Just as if you excuse me for a moment and just go to like a neighboring room.
Oh my
Opens mouth, you
God,
hear
he fucking
crunching.
eats it, oh my god, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
You guys ever
I'm just gonna. If I see him having 3, and can I can I assume that's gonna give one to me too? God damn it! Because I'm gonna be like, it's a good leopard. You can give it to me. You can give mine to Triblana too.
Oh, I was thinking you might want a chicken for one of your servants as a reward, Severin.
Do I even have servants?
Yes.
You don't have servants.
Listen, a whole bird to yourself? That's a nice perk, even for servant at the castle.
Yup.
Well, does Severin think about servants?
You tend to, not
I
sure.
only, like how the only one I would actually care about at this point would be, what's his name?
Roland.
Roland, yeah.
Yeah, you with Auspex activate hear the succulent noises of chicken bone crunch.
That lovely
Nice.
sound of just teeth ripping it away from the bone, rolled. Just
How nice. Fucking hell.
Dumble gags a little in his corner silently.
Wow, you've never eaten a chicken, eh? You act like it's something special.
Not raw! Not when I have to use my teeth to rip off the feathers, man!
Yeah, I will be
Yummy
saving.
chicken.
I will be saving up, the leftovers for the guy at home.
Marrow's the best part, guys!
There's
I mean, this is French cooking. Ironically enough, they
Oh,
do
don't!
cook the marrow.
I mean, the marrow is the best part. Oof. Oof. But it still have to be cooked, man.
Yeah, you guys don't have to worry about salmonella. Nobody even knew what that was in the medieval ages. It's okay.
People still cook their chicken because they knew you fucking got sick and almost probably died if you didn't eat it, if you ate it raw.
So, will you accept the chicken?
It I don't wanna, but I'll accept it. Fuck it. It's rude to give away someone else's gift, I guess. I do have etiquette. I did raise it. Oof.
You have a chicken craft.
I have a chicken.
You can.
Beautiful.
I'll say you can even store it properly.
How the fuck can I store it properly? Am I walking around like a trench coat or something and just hide the chicken? Hey kids, want some chicken?
This is going well so far.
I mean,
But-
it's yay medieval times. Someone carrying around a dead bird by its neck, just swinging it back and forth at like 2 a.m.
Yes.
at night can't be that weird, right?
It's pretty normal, actually.
And so a bit more time passes. Domino has yet to arrive, and Treblana finally comes out of the other room, seemingly cleaned up, but missed a feather on one of her shoulders and sort of stuck there on the coat.
I'll wipe it off her shoulder.
I don't trust this. He's being awfully friendly. Almost as if he's done something horribly wrong that he needs to make up for.
So, what
He's
is
a priest. What's the worst that he could have done?
This is the Catholic Church. We do not say that.
Has the Crusade of Southern France happened yet?
No?
No.
Okay, then we're good. Then we're good. The Catholic Church is still a nice, kind institution. They only kill heretics and heathens, right?
Of course.
Constantinople, never forget.
But yeah, I'll say
I mean, that hasn't happened yet.
But I'll say at this point, Domino is running about maybe 10 minutes late, approximately.
Huh,
He doesn't.
weird.
He's isn't usually late. Yeah.
Oh god, do you have to go into the sewers again?
Always on. Or he's. Oh god, he's also called like Francis.
This is odd.
Let me summon him. Oof. No, let's not.
Domino regrets he did not prepare a letter in advance to fuck with them.
Still salty, eh? About the letter.
Yeah,
His
it's still
chicken will
salty
get cold
also.
before he can give it to someone who will enjoy it. How unfortunate.
Gosh.
So, while we wait for Domino to arrive, what has everyone been doing? I have become a master of my own, which
Oh.
needless to say, I'm sort of proud of.
Oh, just correcting for my personal failings. Helping with the church. Those sorts of things. Nothing too interesting.
Shoke flashes back to screams in a burning village.
Oh, I see.
And the deep regret of not being able to convert them in time.
Yikes. Well, I have a new wine mentor, master, who shall teach me even greater ways of making wine.
Ah, I see.
Yes, very nice.
See, the trick is to add 3 drops of the prince's blood to everything served at the party.
See, the problem is the prince is getting so old, he's starting to lose his eat food merit, and wine has started to lose its taste to him, which is why he kicked out the last guy.
Well, there's
my
only way to
fucking
solve
mentor.
that. We eat the prince.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we eat the prince, that's how we solve it, of course.
Well, he's
Yeah.
not gonna be worried about not being able to taste wine anymore.
Exactly.
No, he'll be trying to take us over from the inside.
Not if we rip his soul apart with bitter rose. We need to find a Tremere.
Right. I mean, it's like one of their first rituals they invented.
Uh-huh.
So, but
The most worthwhile one, too.
big oof.
Have you heard about that elder being slaughtered? Do you think it's another one of those attacks we previously dealt with?
Domino sighs
That
in
might
relief
be
in
why
the
we
corner.
recalled here.
Mm,
That might be why we recalled here. I'm not sure. It has
Yeah,
been
but
a
it has-
while.
Yeah, it has
It
been
was
a
only
while.
him dying, and they usually targeted the younger ones.
They
Except
might have-
Francis, I guess. Francis is like one of the oldest one they attacked or captured.
Yeah,
Poor
I mean,
Francis.
who
Who
knows?
knows? Maybe they're learning and getting bold.
Or that one also did something to attract the attention of that group. After all, maybe some investigation of his own.
Yeah, maybe we should look into what he was doing before he died. But I mean, it's not our problem yet, so we don't have to look into every murder.
Yeah, we should at least ask. I figure.
True. I mean, if it is them, it's still good to stay on your guard. They might be after us too. Cunts.
Yeah. So, with them not arriving, that might be a big problem.
Lambert will just look down at the chicken and be like, I shouldn't have rung it so early.
Yeah, now it's gonna go bad.
Does he?
I mean, I guess it's cold because it's
Does he
nighttime.
keep
So.
hold of the chicken the entire time?
I mean, me and Severin are both just standing here with a chicken.
Yeah,
Each.
that's fucking rip. Maybe Roland will die after eating the chicken. I
Donald
don't
is
know.
gonna walk up to Lambert and just take the chicken, breaking the obfuscate in the process. Oh, hey, is that for me? Thanks.
Oh,
What the
when did
fuck?
you get here?
While back, just making sure there were no problems that I need to worry about.
Anything you need to worry about?
Well, with our
Yeah,
last topic, I'm sure that was a basic security precaution, and I'm glad you took it.
Yes.
Please do enjoy the chicken. I'm sure a servant of yours, or whatever you wish to do with
Donald
it,
is just
will
gonna
serve you well.
make eye contact with Treblana and just try and pull the breast apart and just start sucking the blood out.
What the fuck? God damn it. Better just get that chicken blood on me, you fuck.
I just want one clarification. Is this supposed to be seductive or an intimidation tactic?
This
It's
like,
mocking, clearly.
yeah, it's mocking. It's like this is how we do it in the wild, fuckers. Oh nom 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 nom.
Slurp.
Tragic. He hunted the gangrel for so long that he became the gangrel.
Wow.
He could.
You're just asking to be shot, aren't you?
Ironic. He could save others from the gangrel, but not himself.
He could protect others from the dog box.
Oh, God.
Oh,
This is
well,
so good.
I'm glad you'll enjoy it.
Domesticated ones taste weird. But thanks.
God
They,
damn it.
they really don't have a blood point, but I'm also going to assume you guys are practically full. So, it's a nice snack, I suppose. Not
I mean,
really.
when we woke up, we lost 1 blood point, right? So that's to refill that one.
I don't think in the book there's a specification of how much blood points a chicken is worth.
There's
I mean,
like small birds.
I think there is.
Yeah, there's birds and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, sure, we can go with bird-like then. Close enough, am I right?
Yeah, I'll be at 13 and not my max because I didn't eat the fucking chicken.
Why though? The blood is
Why should
gonna
I-
coagulate in the veins and it's gonna taste like shit when you cook it now.
Too bad it's not my problem anymore. It's Roland's problem.
Wow, what
Roland
kind of-
by himself in the kitchen at 3 a.m. I know he was trying to reward me, but this tastes like such fucking shit. Why does my life suck?
Roland eventually commit suicide.
You
Let's
just walk
be
out of the
honest and
kitchen.
fair. Any servant will enjoy it just because it is meat.
You just
In
hear
all
a
honesty,
gunshot from the kitchen.
They
as
will
he
be glad it is
finishes.
not fish,
I'm gonna blame
especially
Domhnall for
with
being
Lent
late.
approaching.
I'm gonna blame Domhnall for being late, and that's why the chicken went bad.
Honestly, cursed.
Easy.
Oh, hey,
So,
Severin, did you
alright.
solve that riddle by any chance?
Oh, I haven't been working on it actually. I've been very busy doing
Well, I guess you
other
just
things.
don't think you're up to the challenge, huh? That's okay. It's a really intimidating one, I understand.
I actually had fucking business with the prince, and that's been keeping me busy
No,
these
no.
past
I
months.
know you have your own things, and obviously this would take a long time for you, and you have to prioritize what you devote your energy to.
But more like the prince will have my head if I don't do what he says.
No, I understand perfectly. Yeah, obviously your duties come first.
What the fuck? I'm looking at Donald weirdly, like, hello?
Yeah, it makes sense that you're being mocked.
You fucking shit. I fucking got a good bit on it just looking at it. What do you mean it's gonna be hard? Ben looks back to the
Listen, you
rolls.
don't
Was
need to
like
pretend
difficulty
with me.
9.
I understand. I'm not judging you. Not everyone has what it takes to solve one of these, okay?
Oh, so you solved the riddle too then? During your
Oh
time
yeah, like
away?
80 years ago.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
How long did it take you to solve it?
A while.
Like,
I'm not gonna
relative to your
comment.
age? Or to like... No comment. Oof. I see how it is. You fuck. Alright.
Okay.
How have you been, Donald?
Great. Had my ups, had my downs. Near brush with certain death. Fun time.
Sounds like standard Donald things. Maybe you shouldn't risk your life that much.
Yeah, I had
heard
considered
it.
it.
What are your thoughts on that elder that died? Do you think it is related to the case?
Nah. Don't think it does.
No.
Doesn't really fit the way they do things.
No. I'm going to ask anyways and see what they will say.
Domhnall, I'm gonna need you to spend a willpower point.
I mean, it's not tied to the case.
Oh no, but you kind of did lie just now.
Specifically on what?
Shit, it literally just left my mind right now. When you were asked, fuck, I can't remember the last two sentences. But I know you just literally said a lie. Not that it's not related to a case, but
That it didn't matter.
yeah. One of those things. I know you did is a thing. For sure, I can't remember it right now because I'm being a dumb shit, so don't.
Well, Domhnall
Keep it in
considers
mind.
this to matter to be resolved, and it doesn't matter for the case. It's not a threat to the
Fair enough.
party. It's a threat to Domhnall, but
Yeah, I'm being a dumb shit, so just go. I can't remember the last two sentences for some reason.
Big oof.
So, is there anything else like specific that you guys want to talk about, or is it going to be mostly just like sort of reconvening for the time being?
Probably just reconvening.
The rest of you?
Kinda wanna ask if Domhnall's still mad at Francis. Big oof.
I wouldn't do that.
I
But
mean,
I'm not
no,
gonna
you
do
feel
it.
free to pressure me. Like, honestly, how weird Domhnall has been acting, that's to a large extent a distraction. So if they want, I think they're definitely owed the perception empathy roll versus my manipulation.
any of you feel like that's appropriate, go for it. Oof. I got impressive.
Absolutely cursed.
Severin or Lambert, you guys gonna attempt, or do you just sort of trust Domino?
Attempt what? To lie, detect the lie, or
Rape.
No, sort of more see if
Not
anything's
going my
weird
way,
is
bro.
happening with him, essentially, since Domino has been acting a bit itchy, essentially.
Nice.
what's the roll?
Okay, perception, empathy, that's 6, it's contested.
I might as well just because.
Sure, yeah. But Donald, you also with that 4 can also get a pretty good outlook on not everybody, unless somebody's hiding.
Oh no,
So-
the 4 is Treblana, so I get 3. So Treblana would.
No. The previous perception empathy roll, sort of getting the
Hmm.
case. So everybody, you Severin and you Lambert, everything seems entirely fine. But you Treblana, it's just something just catches you a bit, like sort of it's a bit more too much of a presentation. Coming here early, just grabbing the chicken like that, mocking you. It feels almost like it's almost like a front for something, but you're not exactly sure.
It's like Domhnall is acting like most Malkavians for once.
Yeah.
How weird.
How could
well,
this happen to him?
I guess I will approach him, like maybe on the way, and maybe like whisper a bit to him and say, if there's anything you need, you can talk to me or something like that.
Yeah, sure. Did you want this? I hold up the de-blooded chicken.
I'm not quite right in mind.
I guess I should empty it of blood. Yeah, the chicken. So, because then it lasts longer, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'll do that.
You can prepare a chicken if you want to.
Yeah. I'll empty the blood. Oof.
Okay.
Just do it. Do it the halal way. Cut off the neck. Turn it upside down.
Hey, to yourself. So, unless anybody has anything else, you guys end up spending a while there, sort of catching up, small talk, in general, and eventually, get to the point where it's like, okay, so we're all here, blah blah. See you guys, the day when we're supposed to meet up again and go to the Saracen Seneschal's place. So you guys can organize a meeting place and walk there or meet up there, however you guys want to.
Mm-hmm.
So, and obviously you can give your chicken to whoever you want to.
I'm gonna give the chicken to Roland.
Roland is appreciative of the chicken.
Good boy, Roland.
And eventually a few days pass and, well, the day for the Sheriff Seneschal meeting arrives. Now, where would you guys sort of meet up? At the castle beforehand, go there.
Domhnall is gonna meet at the castle.
Okay, then.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Let's go with that then.
All right then.
So, everybody, arrives. Similar, a bit similar, Domino and usually early, Severin as well, and then the rest of you sort of pile around. And you guys gather up. And similar room, everything, Seneschal and Sheriff's are there. Guards opens up the door, and you all four funnel in. Bit of a deja vu hits all of you.
Oh no.
And as you sort of start piling again, and they're all sitting there, pretty, behind one chair, Enrique sort of just goes up and goes, "Well, you guys are here. Sit down." And as you'll, take a seat, I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay. By the way, was it intended to be to sound rude or abrasive?
Excuse me?
Was it intended to sound like rude or abrasive? Because your tone changed a bit.
Oh, that's kind of the tone I want to go with him, but yeah, not specifically. He's kind of always abrasive to a degree.
Okay.
Domhnall, in comparison to the other
a gruff
times,
boy.
is a a lot more deferential, including to his own party members as he takes his seat.
Oh my god.
Is it just the sheriff?
No, it's the two sheriffs and the two seneschals. That's why I'm like, it's a
It's
bit
all
vague.
4 of them. It's the ministers.
I
So-
guess I'll curtsy on my way in and then sit down.
Sure. So, you'll take your
Stand
seat.
ready,
That's-
kid.
So, I hope you had a eventful and fun 3 months. Sort of eyeing some of you standing a little bit on domino before going around.
Donald just, just avoids eye contact.
God damn it, Donald. God damn it.
Now, I believe you all received the invitations to tomorrow's competition, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Right. So, I don't think I have to tell you this, but obviously it's going to be an important moment. And, well, it might happen again. The incident. So, we're calling you back, as we said long ago. You're going to have to be on guard duty, I suppose. Not specifically guard duty. I'm not thinking like stand in front of the gate and check who enters. No, I mean act casual, but keep an eye out. And so Bernard goes over. What we're trying to express in a better way is simply act as how you usually act to, but this time try and, with previous knowledge, know what you're looking for and try and sniff out, I suppose, individuals who might be suspicious in any case.
Just a question.
Uh,
Considering how this ended last time, do you not think that they might know of us already and be on guard against us?
Exactly. We are very aware of that.
Right.
However, we also believe that if they were bold enough to do what they did, they might also be bold enough to try something here.
Watch Francis coming back and fucking trying to murder someone. God damn it.
Which is why we have to, even if they're aware, we must retain guard as well. Now, security will obviously be present, plenty of ghouls and guards and the like. However, that will mostly be primarily external protection, which is where you attempting to be more of an internal protection. Regular guests, Parisians who are attempting to socialize, be present, enjoy the tournament, and the like, while obviously doing your job.
Hmm.
Now, sadly to note, weaponry will not be allowed inside. However, there will be an exception for all of you, presented by the guards, but this must be kept on the down low, of course, unless something pops up. It will be able to, a concealable weapon of your own choice will be able to be smuggled in, I suppose, for the reasons of protection or if something gets out of hand and you're present right there. Obviously, showing it to other guests and the like is a no-go.
Domino
Now-
flashes back to all the lamps and torches in this castle, and his illusion about the safety of Elysium is shattered forever.
I have two things I want to bring up. I heard rumors about a certain elder being killed. Is that in any way related to the case?
They sort of stop,
Domino
stop and look at you, Trablana for a second, sort of pauses, then sort of look to each other and just go, "We've been doing some investigation there since it was a direct attack on Elysium as previously, and after some thorough investigation using clues that you have provided from previously, it is, to our best of knowledge, not related to the case in any case. This seems to be more of a accident. You can roll perception empathy, by the way.
All right.
My
Yes.
lord, why are you wearing that battle axe to Elysium? It's ceremonial.
Yeah, unless anybody else, by the way, can also do a perception empathy. Domhnall, you don't have to. All right, Severin. Rest in peace, Severin. Oh shit, he can't hear us. Craft?
Are you
Yep.
muted, kid?
Yeah, there we go. I accidentally pressed the fucking mute button on the headset. Oops.
Oh,
Right.
that's cursed. You
My
can roll
bad.
perception empathy at difficulty 6.
Perception, empathy. What the fuck happened now?
Jablana
Jablana
asked.
asked who yelled the elder.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
You can roll perception empathy to get the feeling. Yeah.
I mean, I'm just having a great day today.
Yeah.
Good rolls all around, right?
You don't really, Jablana, you don't suspect anything. It seems like, you do get the notices of obviously, sheriffs and things like just sort of being a little bit calculated in what they want to say, but it seems to be mostly truthful with what he seems to be saying. Craft, for you specifically, just, yeah, they're doing their job. They know what they're doing. Lambert, for you, it seems right, seems good. But there's just a sort of you're not sure why, but maybe that glance at the beginning when they all sort of looked at each other and paused gets you a little bit off, but you think that they're mostly saying the truth. It's just more of that body language, as just sort of catch you off guard, but he seems to be telling the truth.
It's like they didn't expect me to be able to keep my mouth shut this long.
And as such, you need not take any concern of that, as we are already investigating that and have another pair of neonates and the like, looking for whatever might have or whoever might have caused this or how this might have happened.
Neonates. Alright.
And Trablana, you mentioned you had a second question.
Yes. Could I have access to the locations beforehand? There might be something I can do to prepare, which might tremendously help with finding subversive activities. Of course, I will tell you which rooms, just in case you have personal matters to discuss, and you can do so out of sight. But yes, of course, the whoever's responsible could be caught this way.
Very well. You may have access, and the rest of you as well. Note there are still guards present. However, at the end of this conversation, we will simply write a letter of notice that you may present and have access to. And please do notify where and what. For the actual location of this, we will be having it in the main, in the back courtyard, essentially, of the castle. I believe none of you have quite been present there yet, as it is mostly a garden of sorts, but there is enough room present for a jousting tournament to happen. So the location will obviously be outside.
Sir, if I may, could we have access to a room overlooking the courtyard so we can watch the crowd discreetly?
That can be provided as well.
Just Eye of Chaos, the crowd.
Yes.
Now, to note,
Fucking idiot.
while the main event will be occurring on the outside, Elysium at large is still obviously present to every kindred, so there might still be activity on the inside. So please note that as well. In terms of the amount of kindred that will be present, there is an unclear number besides obviously those who are mandatory to be there. But we can presume that the numbers will be possibly in hundreds. A good deal are arriving. Any other questions?
Should we find someone that's suspicious or have a reason to suspect someone? How should we go about confronting them or apprehending them or questioning them?
On one hand, and I believe all of us here would agree, we would love to obviously disclude the possibility of escape and the like. However, the kings and queens would also heavily dislike if, for whatever reason, their tournament were to be unpresentable. Therefore, if a need to apprehend or anything is required, do it in a as discreet way possible. And
Just walk up to him, Majesty. You come with me.
and Unri goes, we're telling you that discipline use will be allowed here. Obviously, nobody can know, nobody should know, and don't get caught, obviously.
Good thing I have dominate.
We're trusting you with this one.
Donald really doesn't understand why.
Yes, honestly.
Will
Sounds like we
anyone
did.
of note be taking part in the joust themselves, or will it just be mortals, as the target might be amongst them?
No, this is a tournament meant for the finding of the rosettes. Therefore, the contenders are all of kindred blood. However, in terms of somebody noticeable, the only one that we are aware of will be a demonstration by the rosettes in a as a beginning joust to sort of show their expertise in it. But besides that, it is mostly the contenders.
If it could be arranged, sir, I would recommend keeping a close watch for red-headed ladies attending kindred ones.
Very well. And well. Oh, by the way, contest like the main contenders have already sort of been chosen, but if you guys want to participate, there probably can be a in if you guys ask for.
Ew.
You know, before he got caught, Domino might have.
Really, you want to be a Rosette?
No, Donald wants to be fucking famous.
Oh. I see.
Well, any further questions?
Would it be possible to arrange it such that I am praying over the contestants so that they may not be harmed in the contest?
Lucas, one of the sharers, was like, on that note, you were to be informed tomorrow, priest, due to your due diligence. But I suppose with that question, you were, and he sort of takes out a sort of a, it's almost like a small little journal sort of deal. Besides that, you priest have seemingly been nominated by the rest of the clergy of the city, in terms of kindred clergy, that is, that you would be doing a prayer rite sort of deal for the contenders for good luck, zeal, and etc. Therefore, I suppose we can add that in as well if need be.
I see.
Lol.
Can I bring one of my own guards? He's-
Retainers are allowed, but keep them obviously at a minimum, one per. And they do have their own area of standing. There's some kindred might find it quite repulsive and offensive to sit next to a ghoul at
Oh,
such a moment.
it's just that I might need someone to have someone take have their eyes out for me because in case I will be busy with something and not of course to participate in the festivities itself or the contest for that matter.
Very well. That will be allowed. Is that it then, or is there anything else need to be relayed? Very well then. With that, this meeting can be declared as over, and we shall see you tomorrow. Then we will be present at the area as well, and if you have anything to notify on the down low, well, I suppose we can use a similar routine. Do you have any ideas for a word that is easily memorized by all of you, but can carry a double meaning for terms of notification?
Francis.
Yes.
Oh my god.
He sort of looks. That might be a bit too on the nose.
Chicken?
That works.
God damn it.
Just look at the priest like, what the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck?
See about incorporating that into a sentence,
I
and
don't think I will be able to do that, sir. I'm not that inventive. Chicken in a courtly setting, it looks at the priest. That seems like a difficult thing to incorporate in the heat of a moment.
How about swan then?
That could work.
God damn it.
very well then. Keep that word in mind, and we will see you all tomorrow night then. You're all free to go.
Very well. I will be beginning my preparations today, I believe. Is there who should I go to with the information where and what I'm going to do?
Well, if we're going to start this early, follow me then.
Tumul is
And
gonna
Bernard's going-
go with Rablana as well.
Right. So, does anybody else want to do anything sort of a preparation thing before tomorrow? Severin, Margaret?
I'd like to try and figure out who the contestants are.
Okay.
And
I think they can just give you a list.
memorize their seals and crests for their helmets and
I'm
so that I
gonna.
can tell who's who.
Yeah, that's you don't even have to roll for that. If you ask for that, that can be that information can be provided with, since they do have a list, with a clan included as well. I'm sure you
Can I look at,
tomorrow, and I'll tell you the clans as we go.
like, do they have an official guest list kind of thing that I can look at?
You can look at it. It seems to be extensive. Seemingly, there's a lot of invites thrown around, right?
Uh-huh.
But they tell you that don't expect everybody to arrive. And going through,
I mean, there should people to be here already. Because, I mean, it's the medieval times. Arriving a few days ahead is like the smart thing to do.
Yeah, they do, but the actual confirmation happens at the very end.
Okay, fine. I'm gonna look through it, but I'm also gonna note down every Atomite name.
Sure.
I'm not using my power for personal gain at all. What the fuck do you mean?
Fair enough. There are a couple of Aslamites being seemingly declared there, or at least Arabian-sounding names.
Yeah, true. They could just be fucking random Bruja Muslims or something.
What do you
But
mean you're not an Asamite Abdul?
But you're able to find enough. One interest. looking throughout the guest list, you do obviously find your names in there included, and other people of reference of certain
Suddenly I
associates.
see like Francis. I'm like, oh no.
Uh, but somebody who you do recognize easily as your sire seems to be also
Ah,
invited, obviously.
nice. I can ask him what I fucking wanted to ask him last time. God damn it.
Okay.
Well, or ask him how it went. Oh well.
So, for Triblana and Domino, you guys are escorted by Bernard, sort of just quickly to the place, and he's able to just give the sort of nod and things, and you have the courtyard and the locations essentially that you can prep for need be. So, let's start with Triblana. Triblana, what do you want to do specifically?
Like
Oh,
out of character, I want to use I think like place this bunch of skulls in the in places where there's where people could be murdered like last time. Essentially, like trying to like profile it a bit, but trying to cover the private areas essentially.
Yeah, Domhnall is gonna be trying to specifically identify good places for ambushes as well. So I think that kind
I
of
think
fits
this.
together really well.
Yeah, we can say that you guys are working on this together. So I'd say that this is in. I'd have to go with an intelligence stealth roll, I think. Trying to sort of pinpoint those out.
Did have some I did get some intel on the castle before in terms of like hiding spots.
Yeah, that's inside the castle. This is more on the outside now.
Hmm.
But you can obviously sort of combine that with, in a sense. I'm trying to think. No, go with intelligence stealth. So, which one of you is going to lead?
Well, I think I probably had a better dice pool for that, so
I have 7 for intelligence stealth.
9.
Go ahead.
Okay, then. Roll it. You guys have easy enough access to the light. You can roll this at 6, obviously.
Okay. I think I would spend a bit more of that.
Okay. Any specialties?
I don't think I need to apply book knowledge and silent movement.
Yeah, no. Silent movement would apply if you go. And 2 successes, I think that's enough to give a single additional 6. So 5 sixes, 6 successes essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So you're able to identify, a number of spots where it might be a bit suspicious. The one advantage for having it outside is that it's a bit more on the open, right? So there's not as many hiding spots. There is a sort of a maze-like labyrinth sort of hedge deal that exists. Luckily, it's not too large. But that's one of the places where sort of like, okay, something might happen here. It's a maze labyrinth sort of deal. Who knows, right? But then you have, a bunch of like sort of regular bushes, blah blah. It seems mostly open on the outside. So besides, some very like specific places like that, it seems to be fairly open. Maybe even put in the mind that something happened like this 3 months ago. So maybe some extra precautions were taken in case. However, while looking around on the outside, you do have a notice of some places looking sort of overviewing the courtyard. And you guys knowing sort of like how to stealth about and go about things can recognize, at least on the very top of the castle, like as you go higher up, right? There are some places where people could probably very easily look down upon the courtyard, but probably not up. So you get the feeling that if somebody's going to like do something, it might not be on the outside. It might very well be once again in the castle if an assassination or of any sorts is attempted there, and it might be on the higher rooms this time around.
Yeah, no, that's the idea. Just survey all the essentially out of the way corners where people might get lured off to.
Yeah. For you, Domino, with your archer expertise, you do notice some places. Obviously, as usual, there are some locations like a bit far off trees or sort of places on the roof where potential sniper spots can be, right? But you think to yourself, one, it's just a regular arrow isn't probably going to kill a vampire, and two, it's kind of really in the open as well. So you don't think, even though there's potential, you don't think that they're going to be crazy enough to do that.
Yeah, that's what the KSC thought.
That's what the kids had done.
I mean, you also have backing that the KSC that these killers don't.
See,
Okay,
that
then.
only matters if you fail to get a waycraft.
I mean, they seem to know it was you.
Well, yeah, no, that's the thing, right? If it had gone to my plan, I wouldn't have needed those backers. I was expecting them to kill me after they caught me, or at least Domino was in character. So,
A big oof.
So, as that occurs, you take the rest of the 9, blah blah. You can plan things out. Is there any sort of one extra preparation that you need to do, like equipment or like in terms of like weapons? As I said, anything concealable. So if it's a dagger or the like that you can actually properly conceal works. Heavy clothing in terms of armor probably can pass, but something like leather armor or even chainmail under, probably not. That can be heard by people.
We're getting that room to like overlook the crowd
Mhm.
essentially.
Oh,
Can we use
I,
can we use it to like store stuff there?
yeah, I would like to have a longbow in that room, in case everything goes to complete shit, so I can be on Overwatch.
Oh yeah, you can have that prepped.
I would like to, if it still have that spear, I would probably place it there as well.
Yeah, they didn't ask for the spear, for the weapons back, so those things that you kept can be kept.
Okay, so the heavy weapon goes in that room.
Very well. You can keep that very
Alright.
safe and sound.
All right. And also we'll need to do some employ my what's it called, like the Path of Skulls, and like play some skulls essentially, like small ones in specific places.
When
How
no one
many do
is
you-
around, I'm gonna recommend that Treblana, maybe she just keeps flicking through those skulls and has a large stack of parchment and a quill and ink nearby while she's doing that.
Oh yes.
Remember to share afterwards.
Of course. I'm fully aware. That's why I'm so surprised they were able to greenlit. And that's why I mentioned that they were going to tell at least them, because otherwise.
Put skull there. What's this meant to? Oh, this will just help protect the guests. Oh, okay. You allow them to do what?
Oh.
But yeah, if you're able to, I'm gonna go with the intelligence stealth roll, right? As well. Just note how many skulls do you have?
All of them.
I only have like 2 prepped, I believe, right now. But thanks to the rest slaying and like getting the parts essentially like all the fucking time. I think I should have a decent amount of spares that I could turn into spying devices.
Yeah, for the time being, like it's not gonna fully matter. This is more of like places. But we'll say for the time being, you can probably have like 5 or 6 sort of around, and you place them in like locations that you can't sort of find out. Like, you remind me for the skull. Can it pick up sounds as well, or only visual stuff?
I think it's all perception. Like, let's see. Blah, 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 blah.
Oh my.
So if I start patting the skull, it's gonna feel that.
If it's all perception, you just put it in a fireplace if you catch one of these in your room and wait to hear the screams in the distance.
But yeah, do
There we
notify
go.
because. Okay. Fucking need to scroll down.
Calvaria Emisius.
That's why I read Isaac so I can actually see. Just,
Oh, you're limited by the successes you roll, so you can't just flick through the channels.
yeah, I need to like do it strategically a bit. But if I have enough skulls, I could.
Are you gonna place your guards like at the rooms so they can inform you when they, get occupied?
No, you
Or
only.
something.
Yeah, at least how the way it feels like it's stated through the eye sockets and stuff like that, it seems to be primarily on a visual basis. Probably because it's lacking actual ears and stuff like that.
Can I try to attempt like lip reading stuff to some extent?
Excuse me?
Can I attempt to lip reading stuff?
Did you say lip reading?
Lip reading, yeah, reading.
Lip reading.
Reading. Yeah, no, you can.
Yes, the
Yeah,
how
you
to
can.
understand what people are saying.
I don't see why you couldn't attempt that. But I think that would end up falling under I'd say intelligence expression.
Intelligence expression. Okay, I think I have an idea now. Unfortunately, not enough time to like prepare properly. But what if I prep a bird beforehand,
A bird.
and once I know there's something going on, I think I send that bird and get the information that way and compile it afterwards.
Entirely available. Entirely okie dokie.
All right, perfect.
But with those intelligence stealth rolls, I'm going to say that you're able to place the skulls in places that you're able to get a good visual read, essentially, in places that are somewhat important but are very difficult to notice, right? So in that sense, you don't have to be properly you don't have to worry about it too much. It's more of you're probably not going to find them if you're just wandering about, unless you have like super high auspics for any reason, right? But if it's just like sort of you looking for it, you're probably eventually going to find it, right? So unnoticeable to the regular eye, which is the most important part so far.
Yeah, okay.
So with those placed around, you have enough. Are you placing them only on the outside, or are you placing any on the inside as well? If I remember, you even have some on the inside as well.
Yeah, I want to have like some on the inside as well. Yeah.
I'll even say that you're able to keep one, obviously, in the room you guys wanted.
Yeah, I have like a thing where I think I try to make it like like a trophy, like a deer head or something. It was, I don't quite remember. Give me a second while I look at my handout. Let's see. I have. No, that's not the one. Yeah, a deer trophy, hunting trophy, essentially, and I'll place it there, hidden in plain sight.
Yeah, that works. Okay then. So, nobody else has anything prepped or prepare or any preparations? You get to go.
If there is time left in the night, and if we have access to DF's secret archives to some partial extent, I would like to ask about anything they have on Boudica.
Secret archives. As I said before, on Boudica.
Wasn't she a vampire in the World of Darkness?
There's no way to tell, honestly.
So
We just know that there's
This isn't-
sarcophagus with her name.
you
and
get
that it had magic involved.
luckily this isn't directly attached to the prince's domain and the like. So Heliot, who's sort of in charge of that, goes, "We're not going to have to explain to him. Therefore, this must only go through me." And going through the report previously, I would be able to allow you access.
She's a fucking werewolf, lol.
Wait, is she actually?
Yeah. Queen Boudica of the Iceni was a Fianna of the Roman Britain.
Abomination Methuselah, we struck the motherlode, guys!
She underwent her first change and raised an army against the Romans who were backed by the Worm. Despite victories against Rome, she was eventually defeated and committed suicide.
I mean, it was the
Were backed
Roman
by the
invasion.
Worm. The Romans were backed by the
Yeah,
Worm and vampires.
yeah.
What if she's a fucking Malkavian, dude?
Oh, okay.
Abomination.
I mean, the Roman invasion is what led to the White Howlers becoming the Spiral Dancers.
Yeah, becoming.
Wow, good to know.
She was a Fianna. Yeah.
I didn't fully actually know this, but don't worry about it.
Oh my god.
I had different plans.
Whatever. I mean, you don't have to. This is from the werewolf lore. You don't care.
And
You
it's
don't need to care
from
about
my
this.
wiki, so yeah, no.
Yeah, it's White Wolf Wiki too. True.
Okay. Shit. Yeah. So for the secret archives, you'll be able to check on that, but that will require Heliot's supervision, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And you won't even be able to actually step into the secret archives. Rather, he's going to take some time and then get the stuff out, and then you can read.
Okay.
So you're going to be leading this. He'll be assisting you. I'd say for this, you could either roll intelligence investigation or intelligence heart wisdom.
Okay.
Even academics would apply as you can either do academics, heart wisdom, or investigation.
I
think
have a
all-
thought of one of those things, so that's good.
You have the things, so just roll this at like a 6.
I'm gonna spend a willpower on this because Domhnall is curious about what he's helping certain people steal.
Okay.
No specialties.
Still, 4 successes on the lead. That's impressive coming from you, honestly. I'm not gonna lie.
What? Are you calling me stupid or something, bitch?
To a degree. I'll roll his. Yeah, I'll roll that. Oh shit, my bad. Okay, so that is a total of 5 successes. So you go, he takes out the books and things, and you actually go into this, right? And luckily, it seems most of the things have been written in languages that you are somewhat familiar with. There are some Latin parts here and there, right?
Disgusting.
Disgusting.
But Heliot is able to help you translate and go around, right?
Mm-hmm.
Another part of it is French. There is some that is even sort of in English, and it seems to be more of rather than a specific, biography or blah blah. It seems to be various testaments, very old sort of recordings of sort of witnesses and the like. And one of them catches your attention. Written by a seemingly old Cappadocian of sorts.
A flesh eater. I know them well.
Oh. Your impression, your fucking views of the Cappadocia has gone really downwards after meeting Triblana, eh?
I mean, they have aspects, necromancy, and animalism as far as I know.
And looking into that, and it seems to be actually multiple witness, sort of multiple testaments, and it ends up sort of reading almost somewhat of a diary, like a written report diary. Quite professional, if you want to say it like that.
Dear diary, today the abomination frenzied and killed 3 kindred. When will this horror end?
And looking through it, you can see it ends up forming a slight story. The Cappadocian here was actually a part of the Roman Empire, seemingly since a good part of what he writes is actually in Latin. And it signifies as how they were going into proceeding into England and the like that. They were trying to investigate a good part of the local mythology and see what they can sort of dig up from there, right? Find out what occult happened here, before the Roman times. And in that time, he mentions, the nuisance that is Boudica.
Oh.
Intervening, through all, the guerrilla warfare and attacking of settlements and like that. A lot of the sort of archaeological digs, if you want to call it like that, in this times was a bit abruptly canceled due to the threat of hundreds and thousands of random barbarians coming around and wrecking your ass. This sort of goes on for a decent while, and there's a little bit of sort of excavations talking about artifacts, talking about a little bit of myth and lore, but eventually comes a part where there's a big ass gap. And about 3 months after the original date, he starts writing again, sort of like the Dear Diary. It has come to my attention that I am currently in a prison deep underground held by Boudica. Therefore, and with her grace and mercy, I was able to retain my journal to continue writing. Hopefully, I will be able to finish this diary before my inevitable death. And that's like that day. And then this sort of tone shifts as sort of he's there as he sort of stands there in prison and keeps on sort of writing. He talks about actually having interactions with Boudica. Speaking of, and it starts going from a sour tone to a more of a respectable tone.
Oh,
How-
no.
Over how
Yes.
many days?
Weeks even.
Ah, then that's more of a normal thing. Just ordinary Stockholm Syndrome craft, it's okay!
Uh-huh.
I don't think so, sir. This seems like a really old vampire.
And you get the feeling that he was one enraptured by her sort of sense of bravery and stuff like that, but what more seems to like natural charisma that she possessed. But he starts talking about how she actually has good knowledge, how she's like an intelligent woman, right, and has a lot of knowledge of the local area and the like.
Natural.
No, not unnatural, but
I was trying to make a medieval joke, Demi.
oh.
A smart woman? How could they?
That sounds like some heresy.
There was seemingly some occult talk, and you can see that from his interpretation that she does have the vaguest sense of what they are, but most of her, praise knowledge seems to be sort of more on the local mythology, their religion, like that. And the story keeps on going into praise, and eventually he talks about a big battle that is going to come up. Now, by the way, I don't know full history. I don't know what the last battle with Boudica is, but
Yeah, but she lost. And
yeah.
got fucking flogged. Like a bitch.
And he states about that. And there's a point where he is released and acts even as an advisor, and that's where he met multiple other kindred supporting her. And he finds out, actually, that Boudica isn't a kindred. And he starts asking around, why not? And it seems through some sort of either disagreement by all of them or a mutual agreement, however you want to interpret it properly, nobody decided to embrace Boudica. Mostly on some people that he notes states that they didn't want to do it out of a sense of respect, that putting her into this sort of, the stasis and, kindredism might actually diminish her worth. Some yearned that, she wouldn't want it anyways, and that if she was a kindred, she'd probably rip all of our throats out and stuff like that. And you get the vague sense that Boudica actually was never kindred. And then, there's a report of her death and whatnot. And the Cappadocian question decided that after all the flogging, torture, and blah, 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 after she was supposed to be supposedly burned at the stake, they did a bold move, them and the rest of the kindred that were sort of loyal and were not able to get caught by the Romans. Seeing that the body was already fucked to smithereens, they decided to find a body double, which required another fucking up of another body. And we basically took her out and retrieved her skull, after which they necromantically made it so that it would be preserved. In a sense that before her soul fully went into the underworld, they preserved it in her skull, so that she would be forever on this plane in all of her splendor.
That's fucked up, bro.
I'm glad we didn't open that sarcophagus.
They sealed her in a fucking skull.
Yup.
Cursed.
Um,
Literally.
Yeah, curse literally.
That sounds like a worse fate than fucking being stuck in the underworld, to be
Yeah.
honest.
The last sort of notes that mention it is that, she will have the rest of her body will have a proper burial, but the skull and her sword will be kept at a private location. And that's sort of the end of the journal, where it doesn't even mention the private location, but it just noted that, like, yeah, we're gonna keep it somewhere safe. That's it.
If I stay the night at the castle, can I squeeze out another half hour or hour with the book? I want to use Eyes of Chaos.
I'd say you'd have the ability to sleep over, essentially, if need be.
I want to.
So,
I care about one specific thing: the secret location mentioned in the book.
the secret location.
Yeah, any clues
Okay.
pertaining to that?
Okay. Roll me then Eyes of Chaos. Go with. Yeah, this is pretty detailed, so go with difficulty 6. Fuck me.
I want to steal Boudica Academy. Give her to me.
He's a fucking pagan. I mean, you done. You should have known this would happen.
So,
I
Much-
see you are a skull collector as well.
so,
Man of culture.
Oof.
so you feel as you sort of go into the Eyes of Chaos, eyes go back and sort of find a moment where you're able to get some privacy as well. You start getting a vision and sort of like coming up. The first thing you feel as you're coming into your sense is sort of rocking, almost as a sort of a cradle sort of deal, right? Sort of rocking left and right, and then you feel wet, almost as if something splashing on you, sort of just like.
I must return to Ireland. I know where she is.
And eventually, you get to the point where you realize you're on a boat, and in the middle of a storm, the cradle is, and you're holding something, in your left hand and your right hand, and you sort of look down, and one of them is basically sort of a sack sort of deal, really, and the other one is sort of just sort of your own sort of tomes and journal, and you sort of instinctually feel that the left side is more important to you. And after a lot of that rocking and things and like holding on to dear life, sun shines essentially. Weirdly enough, and it's kind of weird to notice. But you're trying to, out of character, just sort of guessing that it might be more of a metaphorical thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you eventually sort of hit land. And as you sort of, and then there's like a hike amongst the tallest mountain. And it keeps on going for a while and going and going and going. Hurdles among the way. Sometimes there's, and sometimes they're falling back down. Sometimes they're climbing up, but eventually climbs up almost the entirety of the top. And there you see a white, almost like a white tree, essentially, seemingly looking dead. But at the same time, it looks very vivid and alive, almost like covered in snow and the bark almost peeling off. But you have this intrinsic feeling that there's still life inside it. And then you start digging, and then digging, and then digging, and then digging, almost making a crater of a sort. Like it's what you're digging goes deep, and that's where you essentially lay her. And you put her back down, and you can feel a rite almost come through, and you recognize this rite, through the eyes. It seems to be a burial rite of some sort. And the final sort of thing is like final words that you sort of hear ends up sort of retaining to let greatness be built upon this burial site. And that's where the sort of memory ends.
Ah, yes, I must speak with Reblana tomorrow.
Builds Notre Dame on top of it.
Well, that'd be a shame for that church. The fire's gonna happen early in this timeline.
Oof.
I mean, it's not like it hasn't been rebuilt multiple times throughout history at
It'll
all.
be fine.
Yay. But yeah, and do know you will be most likely having to need to sleep over
Yeah,
at this
no.
point.
Domhnall's gonna stay over. That's fine.
Yep.
Can I enchant more skulls?
How long does the process requires? How much does the ritual require in time?
It's not a ritual, it's a path power. And it doesn't seem to take any specified time here.
So a turn.
Supposedly, in that sense. Sure. How we're gonna do it, just so you don't have literally 30 million fucking skulls, because you could fucking say that. Roll me then the path, and each success is gonna be an additional fucking skull.
But how many times can I re-enter it though?
Once. Right now.
Wow.
Fuck you. You do not have millions and infinite skulls.
I mean, I have been slaying a lot of rats.
Yes, now you have a lot of regular skulls.
Make the attempt.
God damn it.
So
You'll have to sell for the 5 successes you get.
It's really rude. But yes.
So yeah, it's a level 1, so the difficulty should be only a 4, right?
No, it's actually specified. It's a first spends a blood point and rolls a difficulty 5.
Ah.
However
So-
well he succeeded this roll.
That's can I willpower this?
Sure.
Cursed.
I'm gonna do it. Yes, 7 successes.
7 more skulls, fuck you. You have, you get dreams of having a rat army, but then you realize, nah, I can just have their skulls. It's okay.
Yeah.
All right. With that, sons of bitches, we'll go to the next night. So, you all get up, take what you need, you get your skulls, you got, the daggers, blah, blah, and you get there a bit earlier than the tournament is supposed to start. And you can feel in both the crowd and sort of getting to the castle that there is a fair decent amount of activity. So it seems like probably another sort of thing was used in a sort of mortal ruse, right? To sort of obfuscate the actual happenings here. But the castle definitely active, guards very present. And entrance inside, you leave all weapons. Obviously, the right guards who are put there are notified of you, and you give out a fake weapon, or if you don't have anything, just be like, okay, you can pass, but you guys can smuggle over a dagger or anything small enough, essentially like that. Kitchen knife if you fucking want
Domhnall
to.
likes hatchets. Hatchets can be concealed.
They can, I think. Oh, fucking hell. Then the PDF just goes and not enough memory. Fuck you, PDF.
I hate it when it does that. It's such a cursed reader.
Indeed it is. But I...
Use one of the many myriad free software versions that are better in every way.
No, I will not. It's not red and it doesn't look as cool.
Red goes faster.
Yes.
Fucking orc magic.
So, sure, small enough hatchet, and you've seen how some people can do that. Sure, that can be conveyed as well. Fuck it. But what is able to be concealed, you can take over, essentially. Only one thing, because otherwise it's going to be a bit too much.
Why are you clonking, sir?
All the bling on me's. And, go for it.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say that Domhnall needs to get silver chain running down his chest at some point. Maybe we can share from that sarcophagus.
And yeah, you eventually now go through, and you're escorted, this time around to the courtyard, to the back courtyard, and you have to kind of go through the castle and then through another exit, but eventually get there. And it seems to be very prepped. There seems to be adequate lighting. There seems to be a lot of people, ghouls, servants running around, benches sort of prepared. Actually, not that's not really called the benches. What is it like? Sort of stadium benches, like one on top of each other, sort of deal. Fuck it, benches. Um, and yeah, there's a lot of vampires around, and you recognize some familiar faces from the previous party, and you do see the sheriffs and the seneschals, and not the king and queen yet, or the prince either, but you are present. Um, and there's maybe about half an hour to an hour. Let's go with 45 minutes until it's actually supposed to start. So you guys have a bit of time to do stuff if need be. Is there anything you'd like to do?
Yes. Get to Treblana, describe her, the mountain, everything I remember, the tree, the site, the words. Do you know of any religious or important site like this?
Question: Do I wasn't put there because I went to get a drink.
Yeah, I described the not Mask of Madness. That's wrong game even. Eyes of Chaos. Make me. I'd say either intelligence academics or no, actually, yeah, intelligence academics or intelligence theology.
I will take the academics.
Go for it. This is a bit cryptic as well, in a sense. So roll me a difficulty 8.
This is
Alright.
important.
Okay. I will spend the willpower. Book knowledge is my specialty.
Yeah, I think that would apply, son of a bitch.
Redemar, do you know what prize we're winning? Boudica's skull with her soul.
Yeah, that's 7 successes.
You can see him die inside in stages.
So you sort of take a look, and it's like, okay, Celtic religion, blah blah. That's mostly focused here. Yeah, if you're looking for mountains, you do have the Alps, but that seems like but you don't really recognize any sort of full importance there, right?
Trip
It's
as
Belgium.
Boat trip as well.
Sorry, I
The
didn't hear
boat
that.
trip as well. Yeah.
Oh, the boat trip, yeah. But going through, sort of the information you have, and I'll say combined with Domhnall explaining all of that, and you have a good sort of series of things in line, and recognizing sort of ancient maps and sort of locations. The boat trip seems to be specifically centered, probably around the trip, back to mainland or over the sea, essentially, as it's supposed to indicate. There doesn't seem to be a lot of meaning there in terms of the trip itself. Now, the mountain, since there's no real big ass mountain described like that and like nearby, you're either thinking Alps or maybe like over there all the way in Scotland, where there's a bit, more of a highland sort of deal. But with the help of, as I said, Domhnall's things, you might even come against that this might not needlessly represent a mountain as much as it might represent a difficult journey. Since from a lot of academia previously that, in a lot of past literature and philosophy and even mythology, that going up to a mountain doesn't have to specifically mean mountain. It could just mean, travel difficulties or a hurdle of sense. But at the same time, you can't be ever fully sure with the explanation, but that's what you can pick up from that.
Gee, how will I smuggle a skull through customs?
And then you think about the tree and, the sort of wording that greatness will be built here. And then you remember something.
Oh, that pagan site that got burned in what, 876? start like you know, the Norse one over in Saxony.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And you sort of think about, those sort of deals. And you remember that that's not the only, tree that sort of ends up being like that. And a lot of places like holy sites, like it doesn't even have to be Norse, Celtic as well, went pretty decently into this. And then that's when you sort of click it. It's like, wait a second. Skull. Soul. Huh. Wait a second. You've seen that before. Wait, you know about this. You know the location where Boudico's buried. It's fucking right next to you almost.
God damn it, Demi.
That's when you finally, actually just going through one at a time thing and just click, wait a second, no. Was literally right under Paris.
Was it you where we were? Don't. Oh my fucking god.
Well, I will tell Dom now what I know, and of course mention that it's the location right under being buried right under Paris. Put a special emphasis on that.
But no, that's just like a random fucking Elysium. That's where they would have left.
Literally just in the place where we fucking were. That's it.
That's where they would have kept the bones, right? Because they kept the bones with the rest of the court.
But the necromantic mat.
Shh, I'm talking in
magic
character to
from-
Treblana.
I'm not sure. Let me out character question. Like when I saw the thing, where there was a skull there, right? That they took out.
Yes, and I remember vaguely describing that when it came out, it did have the necromantic resonance through it.
Motherfuckers, they got to it first. I made my own arrangements, you piece of shit!
Yeah, you did.
Oh, you ran into that?
Yeah, that was the thing I ran into. I was like, fucking hell.
Oh, okay, now I see what's happening here. I don't need to share shit with you. I have my own line on this. Fuck you. Eat shit.
So you're both after the skull now. I see.
I sold the fucking location of the tomb to my friends. Like one of the first things I did.
It's all coming together now, isn't it? That ended up colliding so fucking well. I love it.
Beautiful.
Do you... is there any visible sign of these realizations and the flashbacks?
Are you asking on yourself or on Treblana?
For Treblana specifically, because I don't think Dom will immediately realize. He thinks the tomb is like the secondary one. Surely this isn't gonna be that important.
Huh. I mean,
There's one way to do that. Since this obviously is talking, and if you want to conceal things, there's gonna be, either concealment things, but those can be noticed. So let's do an opposed roll, shall we? For you, Treblana, manipulation subterfuge obviously works, but I'd say you could probably pair that and do manipulation academics or manipulation manipulation academics, the same role that you did, similar to the previous role, to sort of kill him in jargon and sort of play around that. And you, Chris, can do perception empathy.
Mm-hmm.
Contested at difficulty 6. So you can
Good
choose.
job, you fucks.
oh fucking hell.
Any specialties?
Yeah, well, book knowledge and no, actually, no, not for research is my specialty for academics. No, not for for manipulation.
No. You sort of, as Treblana's talking and describing things and blah blah, you sort of catch out like little parts where weird pauses are put in or the like, and you start getting the realization, Domino, that it feels like Treblana is either holding something back and like is taking the time to think,
You know, Treblan, if something is bothering you, you know you can always ask me for help.
Oof.
Yeah, you can definitely feel something's off.
You know, that's my character response.
I got that.
Well, I will tell you if anything if anything of your concern comes up. I think thinking back about my suspicions I had before since you of the one-on-one Demi.
Mm-hmm. But don't worry about it for now.
I mean, he could be one of them. That's only the number of people that actually know about this tomb.
Pull back my cloak, pull off the wig, reveal my horns. I've been a fae all along, fucker!
Fucking cursed.
I love how we had the same idea. Let's sell this to our backgrounds!
I was there, I was there when they took it.
So cursed.
Your own fault for going after it.
So, what now? Has sort of-
Somehow it ends up in my property. I smash it.
No.
No.
Like a lot of enemies.
That's why 300 years later some neonate is gonna go, wait, are you telling me this entire feud is over some random fucking skull?
Why,
Yes.
And they don't know.
The beauty
Fucking
of it.
Boudica
That
skull.
is an elder plot right there.
You don't understand, I betrayed them first!
There you go.
Elders in the
Watch
future.
it. It's gonna be in my. I'm gonna get it, and I'm just gonna use it as a cup or some shit.
So, with that realization,
No. Alright.
what next? Do you do anything, Domino or Trablana?
So we should go down there and get it then. Do you know if it's guarded? Did the elder set any guard on it? Something like this would be pretty valuable.
What is this?
Yeah, we never asked what they did with the shit we found.
Essentially, the consensus was that the place is being kept sort of protected for the time being in the with the combination of Nosferatu in the sewers and some actual people, random guards sent by the sheriffs and seneschals.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure fairies must have at least one power that's effectively LSD, so I wouldn't count on mortals doing shit.
Yeah, that is surely part of the reason. But what would have happened if someone arranged for the place to be empty, and then the fairies strolled in just at the right time?
Oh, that would be unfortunate.
Yes, it would be.
That's
Well,
why you must ambush them. No, I'm not
did
there.
something.
Don't worry about it.
Trublar, did you already try and loot it?
I was there, yes, but I didn't loot anything from that grave. I believe someone actually opened it and took the contents.
Fairies?
Well, that's what it looked like, at least according to my auspex.
Oh, that's interesting.
Cursed. Okay, at this point, Domino, do a manipulation subterfuge versus perception empathy.
Donald, why are you like this? Oh
I
my
have persuasive.
God. Correct.
I don't think
Correct.
I don't think persuasive fully applies. You're not really persuading. Yeah, Trablana, you notice something feels a bit off.
Very off, actually.
You know, it's funny that you should think that Domhnall might have been involved in this in some way.
Okay. I don't have any words for this. I just, in character, I just gotta sit down and start contemplating.
Domhnall's gonna pretend that everything's alright. Nothing weird here. Oh no, the price is gone. Too bad.
I was gonna go fly.
Later turns out the Fae moved it into that town that I burnt down to the ground.
Well, while Trablana is contemplating and Domhnall is doing his best to whistle into the air like nothing happened.
Domhnall needs to contact his friends for his share at some point.
Oh my god.
God, that's cursed.
Anyway.
This is glorious, where it's like both of you just see through each other.
Yeah, both of you know that the other one is hiding shit.
No,
and
this is
being-
perfectly normal elder shit. You have blackmail enough on each other.
They
It's
both
like
know that they tried to steal it together.
just, you have 3 like deadly secrets on each other, so there's a bit of mutual disgust, and you don't really fuck with each other too hard, just in case they've taken the precautions of ensuring that shit is released when they die.
Oh God. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
you guys are fucking insane.
The beautiful thing about this.
Well,
Everything about it.
While that is occurring, Lambert, is there anything you'd like to do before the, competition sort of begins officially?
I think I'd like to think through and prepare the prayer ahead of time.
Okay. So are you trying to make it? Are you trying to just make it, boxed in, or are you trying to actually sort of make it grander and feel more zealous than it's supposed to be? Like, how are you trying to?
Grander and more zealous.
Okay. We'll do a combination then. Give me a. I'm gonna go with intelligence expression. To sort of since you have the time, right? Intelligence expression to sort of start writing a biblical speech, if you want to say so, like that.
Does preaching apply?
Oh my god.
I would say it would, in terms of how you're trying to present it. Yeah, I think it would.
Carry the Emperor's will as your torch.
What was the
Difficulty
what
6.
was okay.
So 5 successes. Oh yeah, you take a bit. Sort of, if you want, you can have partial and blah blah, or you can sort of just talk to yourself how you want. But like, you're thinking of one thing. It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna start with a verse by Ezekiel. I'm like, oh, then I'm gonna continue with this, and like, now I got this going on. And you go for a while, and it's like you make something really nice, and like you prep for every stage as you sort of go, and it's like you're thinking, okay, and repeating it through. It's like, okay, this is good. I got perfection on my hand. Now the next thing you have to do is just present it.
Mm-hmm.
But you have it prepared, and you think in your mind that, oh yeah, this is God's work itself. God blessed you in this very moment.
The word has found me.
Indeed. And
You know,
Severin?
Demi, you mentioned Ezekiel. Let me just share something with you.
Oh no.
Let me read it for the chat. Neither shall a garment mingled of linen and woolen come upon thee. Although this precept, like the other two with which it is associated, was in all probability designed. Oh, well, that goes into, the thing, but
Get to the real part.
wool, when combined with linen, increases its power of passing off the electricity. No, that's bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
But
bullshit. Welcome to the Bible. So you have essentially a nice speech ready. So Severin, what did you want to do?
I was gonna find Domhnall actually,
You
and
very very well.
and ask him about fucking Francis.
I think Domhnall and Treblana might be like in the preparations room we set aside, awkwardly not conversing.
Since I did take turns, I don't want it. I want it kind of to be simultaneous. So here's how we're going to do this. Roll me a luck die craft. Higher means you go before Domhnall finds out the news, and lower means you don't.
Oh my god.
And if it ends up being a 5, okay, so you get a math.
Yeah. Alright, I don't know shit. I don't know shit. It's good.
Oh,
You're good, boys.
he's a convenient excuse to end the conversation after 2 minutes of awkward silence.
You're welcome, I guess.
You're able to find, Domhnall slightly whistling.
Got any good news? Sitting and whistling.
Oh yes, actually some. But don't worry about it, that's a private matter.
Okay.
Treblana just takes a frenzy tick in the background.
So Donald, I was gonna ask you, but regarding Francis,
What?
if you gets like pissed off as soon as I say it.
I'm gonna imagine like that one just feels like a tick of frenzy, right?
I think it would be, yeah.
I knew this would be hard. Fuck me, I didn't prepare shit. Oh well, let's do this. I believe. Well, you were looking into the whole Celtic Boudica thing, right? Did you find anything with how we could like try and save Francis?
Not really. Apparently, Treblana told me the tomb is already looted.
Oh damn.
Apparently it was right in that sarcophagus down there.
Oh.
Yep. Someone else has it.
Yeah, someone got there first.
Has what?
Wink, wink,
now?
hint, hint,
Ha-
nudge,
has-
nudge.
ha- yeah, I know the tomb was magical, but so somebody stole the thing that was inside that magic potion
It
tomb,
had
and that's connected
it had
to
a
Francis.
skull with her soul in it.
And that skull is what corrupted Francis?
I walk in on this. Someone looted the Methuselah's tomb?
Stop right there, criminals.
my
Apparently, not a vampire, actually. Just someone really, really famous.
Well,
Really famous, eh?
Okay. At least there's that.
Just a famous pagan, Lambert. Just a famous pagan.
Don't worry about it, kid. Alright.
I'm sorry, Lambert. The skull is probably beyond your reach now.
I mean, if it's just a famous pagan, why would I want their...
I don't know. You seem interested for some reason.
I just thought someone had fucked with a Methuselah, who we all agreed we wouldn't fuck with.
Yes, we
Wasn't
did say,
any of
didn't
them
we?
I'm just gonna look at the two of them. It wasn't any of you two, right?
No, none of. We did not take the skull.
Donald stays silent and shakes his head.
God damn it. Like
I have not spoken anything untrue to me.
That's true.
Can I try perception, empathy, perhaps?
You fucks.
Go, go. To get the yeah, sure, both of you could do perception, empathy. Honestly, I'd go with the same result as you guys had previously, since not a lot of time has passed.
Sure.
So 3 successes, Severin.
Oh.
Yeah. You don't know, like Treblana just not, sort of just like no, none of us. Donald just shakes his head a bit too long, just a
Me
bit
too eager.
But you catch it.
So that's why you were acting strange.
Damn it.
That's why you were being sneaky with the chicken.
What? Wait, what the fuck did I miss?
Oh god.
What the fuck did I miss?
Donald just opens his mouth, stays that way for a few seconds, and then closes it.
God fucking damn it.
I'm not sure I entirely understand.
That's why you got there ahead of us and then fucked with us. You were trying to cover up the fact that you stole that skull, weren't you?
I can honestly say that the skull is not in any way in my possession.
You want to believe it, but you're not sure at this point.
Why are you grilling me? Treblana was trying to steal it. She went down there to fuck with the Methuselah tomb.
I just rub my temples.
God.
And strangely
I
enough,
just look between the two of you, very suspicious, and then walk out the fucking door to go meet the knights.
How the fuck would you want to fuck with it when we know that even Francis was fucked with? Are you?
Yes,
do you
Treblana,
believe
why
that you're
would you
that
risk
much-
going down there on your own when we agreed not to mess with it as a group?
I think that's another thing.
Another friend who think you dumb fucks. Both. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Absolutely fuming.
You.
Uh,
How could you do this?
So I'd like to meet the knights.
Hold on.
Try
Hold
and
on.
We
Hold
need
on.
to see if
We're not
Treblana goes
done here
ring
yet.
through the castle first.
I get up again and start looking outside.
When did you find out it wasn't Methuselah's tomb?
when the fairies looted it.
The
Just this night
fairies?
for me.
How do you know that the fairies did it?
my aspects told me so.
And how did the fairies know about the tomb?
That's a good question, isn't it? A very good question.
Someone must have tipped them off.
Yeah, someone must have ticked it off, and the list of suspects is not very long.
Donald will endeavor to look suspiciously at Severin.
Looks especially at me, lol. Does the city have a? The city knows where they live, though.
Yeah,
It was in the archives.
I mean, let's think about this. What
But
reason?
do we really want this skull? I mean, we might want it to save Francis, right?
Yes, to save Francis.
Of course. I'm giving you an excuse here, you fucks. You better help me find this. You better
I
help me
don't
save
think we
Francis
really
later.
need the skull. I think we should let them keep it. It's not worth it.
But do you have any other ideas of how to help save Francis then?
Fuck Francis.
Is it really his fault if he was fucked with some old magical skull?
Not really. If it's the skull's magic,
You know that he
and
wasn't in his normal state of mind when he wrote that letter.
Definitely not.
I mean, we could always trade Severin for the skull if he's so eager to have us get it back.
What do you mean trade? Why would the Fae want me anyways?
They like booze.
Then I can just trade the boost for the skull. Is the skull that valuable to them?
It was valuable enough for them to go deep into vampire territory, to the sewers even, or close to it anyways.
If they did it pretty quickly after we left, the Nosferatus would still be in a disarray.
You know,
Out of character, sorry for this, but it happened about a month and a half, 2 months after.
I mean, do I know that?
No,
They-
no, you don't.
I would
Oh.
mention, the rough time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I guess. Yeah, makes sense. All right then. Huh? Damn.
Yeah, there's it's quite a shame.
Is it like a talking skull or something?
I do not believe so.
It is
But,
Boudica's soul trapped inside.
Yes.
Oh. That's I mean, I would know about Boudica. I'm fucking educated.
Yeah, I'd say at this point, especially since there was a talk about her and blah blah.
I mean, I have 3 academics too, so.
Yeah, you know about her.
Well, why would the Fae want the skull of a Celtic rebel? Okay.
Well, first off, we would need to know what was even told to them, and and
Yeah.
if they
Well,
would
they
have been
might-
able to
Converse.
to figure out like who actually was in there, which indicates some sort of information being relayed for them to piece things together.
So there's some vampire who's been telling them about it.
Are we sure we can trust the
Yeah.
surviving ghouls?
They're ghouls and they're in the city. I mean, they're under the.
They might have
the fort.
gotten drunk.
Does the Fae come into the cities that often?
The question is, how would they, know the value of a random tomb? Like
Yeah.
we've been investigating a lot of tombs and spending a lot of time looking at specific ones.
We
And,
specifically emphasized to them not to fuck with that one.
Yes, but there are other things there, and I don't believe they were being touched at all. It would have been an awful coincidence, I would say.
I'm sure the Fae have some ways of sensing magic.
The Fae do, but the ghouls don't have any ways of sensing magic. How would they know?
Out of character, we specifically told them not to fuck with the sarcophagus no matter what. That it had magic on it.
Oh, okay. Fuck
Well,
me.
Well, that's of course the matter.
I mean, we can go interrogate those ghouls later if you want, but I don't believe it was them anyways. It's not like they've escaped or something. Turns out the ghouls are all missing.
I just I just look at Domhnall for a second, and and just like roll my eyes up, and and
Domhnall pretends not to notice.
and go back to my own business. So like probably touch some skull or something.
If they like alcohol so much, I might go and try and brew some really great wine and trade the skull for that. And I'll solve your damn riddle, Domhnall. Maybe that will give me the skull.
Why would you think the riddle has anything to do with the Fae?
Oh. I don't?
I mean, it's good practice probably because
yeah,
Fae like
yeah,
riddles.
exactly. Exactly. There we go. That's it.
Oh, that's cursed.
What are you
Okay, yeah.
saying, Severin? Domhnall, no wonder the Severin knows.
Severin doesn't know shit, actually.
Domhnall is
Severin
giving
knows a lot
Severin
about
that
Fae.
suspicious eye, like,
I mean,
was
you
it
I have
know
a
him?
point.
that You know that Domino's a lying cunt. That's what you know right now.
That's true. That's fucking true.
So
Yes, for Fae like riddles, don't they? At least in all the lore that I've read about them. So getting my riddles up on par would be nice. Turns out when I go there, if I hadn't solved riddle, I'd be fucked. Eh?
Oh, be careful of the ones with the red hats. They like tarot farms.
How do you know that?
Grandmother stories?
Is that a lie or not?
It's not the
I mean,
whole truth!
He's Irish, so maybe. Do we know that there's a lot of them in Ireland?
roll intelligence occult at 8.
Otherwise, I mean, if I fail at this, it's not me. It's gonna be questioned. Intelligence occult at 8.
Well, probably.
Yeah.
Ireland is heavily known as a place nobody likes to touch, so they might like it there.
The church likes to touch Ireland in all its naughty places.
Oh God. I guess there must be a lot of Fae in Ireland then. Huh.
I might have run into one or two while I was hunting dog boys. Kind of hard not to in the wild places.
I see. God fucking damn it, dude. Yeah, this is how I felt when we were about to go to the mage, by the way. Yeah, how does it feel?
Oh, this is perfectly fine.
Oof. All right, we should talk about this later. We have a lot of duties to do today.
So
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, the matter is settled. We shouldn't fuck with this.
Well,
well, actually,
We'll talk about it later, okay?
I think we should get some agreement underway, just in case, hypothetically, someone of some of us, are selling information, which I can't blame anyone per se, but in the future, I think we should, try to coordinate certain things so we don't, fuck with each other as much. As the potential is there right now.
I
You
will
can forget your
consider this notion with all due seriousness if such a situation arises.
God.
Insert lots of padding here.
You just like taken for you just caught you like red-handed lying a lot right now. You think this doesn't help that much?
What are you talking about? You're acting really strange, Severin.
yeah.
Okay.
All
Well, all right.
point you're all just on
So
edge,
dumb.
say.
This is so dumb. I'm just gonna leave at this point. Fuck it. We'll talk about this later. Then I leave.
I'm still not sharing any of the take, fuckers.
What?
You heard me.
So yeah, my character is kind of suspicious of you right now, Domino, because you were acting in your cover-up way back when he popped out of Obfuscate when we went to meet up. So
So cursed.
Yeah. I mean, it's such a shame.
it stacks so well.
It's such a shame. It's not even it's just scratching the surface right now.
So, with everybody taking the time and smart move to separate before a certain something pops out and scratches somebody really fucking bad.
Yeah.
Lambert, you wanted to go meet the contestants, right?
Yes,
The
I would
guard,
like
didn't he
to
say
see all their faces, talk with them, make sure any of them are redheads and the like? If so, know who they are, etc.
Gingers
Okay.
get a special stamp.
I'm gonna start revealing slowly as we go on. The first person you meet is not actually very difficult to find. But asking around and finding out, knowing the names and blah blah. You come to a man who seems to be somewhat surrounded, holding a lot of attention, and most of the people that seem to be at him seems to be of the female kind, essentially.
Oh god.
And you take the time going through the crowd, and you introduce yourself, and you meet, and watch me butcher this fucking name, Renault Lemaitre. Lemaitre. Let's go with Lemaitre.
Disgusting.
It's a tour eater,
Of
and
course.
you see him, yeah, very very clean armor, very clean himself. And you can see that he's a very of a gallant sort of dude, tour eater, opening up, wooing women, gathering a crowd, right? And as you approach and you start having conversation, he sort of goes on you and goes like, "Ladies and gentlemen, the priest, God seems to have come my way today. What brings you here, priest?"
I hate him already. He can't be allowed to win.
Oh, well, sir. How do you pronounce his name?
Just go let's just go with Arnault. Arnault. However you want to go. Ernie.
Arnault.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to say the prayer before all of you, so that you may come out unharmed of this contest of wills.
Of course, Father, you are a pious man, and so am I. As he looks over to the crowd, sort of things.
Winking heavily.
You get the feeling that he's not the most religious individual. You've seen these kind of people before, being like, "Oh yeah, I'm religious." Not really.
Oh, good. He'll be the only one maimed.
Oh.
And but you share some pleasantries. He sort of elevates you in the crowd, and at the end, she sort of just goes like, "Now, Father, I have a lot of preparation before the competition, but," and he does the Christian side. "May God be with you."
Of course. May God be with you.
And he goes back to wooing his way around. Stop with the Bible quote. Jesus.
The fucking pagan is doing more Bible quotes than the fucking priest. Something is wrong.
The next individual you find seems to be currently talking with a group of Nosferatu, actually, at the side. And as you sort of approach, you hear, some familiar Latin phrases and the like, and it seems to be around medicine, actually. And as you sort of present yourself, he presents himself as Fernando Alcalid.
Yes, the Assamite!
Yeah, I was gonna go see my sire before and then go ask him if he knows any Assamites that are attending, and then I'm gonna go look for the fucking Assamites.
I'm looking, remembering from last night on the contender list, essentially, he is of Clan Salubri, healer to be specific.
Rip.
Yep.
No one, we don't need to.
Might as well eat him, he's doomed anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
And introduce himself, and what you can get from him is he's a decently pious individual, and he seems to be working, and he's a practitioner of medicine and a kind soul who is out to heal others. But as he sort of goes into the talks and pleasantries with you and sort of describing some of the things, he has a tendency to describe them quite grotesquely, to the point where it's a little bit uncomfortable. but you can see that he has a kind soul.
See,
If
the bone saw needs to be worked with real energy right at the end, otherwise they go into shock.
hmm But he doesn't seem to be, of the gallant sort of here. He seems to be much more of a modest individual.
I see.
The next person seems that you sort of encounter, sort of looking around. You have to kind of go a little bit outside of the actual venue. They're not really at the benches and the like. There seems to be on the outside, and you see a bunch of people. Some looking vaguely Northman-like, some looking a bit having a little bit of same things. You see that they're trying to do a sort of you know how essentially sort of wrestling, right? But more in the terms of like rushing at each other at full speed, like rams almost, right?
Yes, the gangrel have arrived.
Yup. And eventually, as
Actual dog boys.
you're looking around, you realize actually that the one contestant you're looking for that you meet isn't actually male because, and you remember, it's not actually Brunhild, it's Brunhilde. And you're able to find, well, let me show it to players. Sort of, this one female seems to be not armored at the current moment, but she does seem to have sort of heavy clothing on her. Sort of, as you sort of interact with her, talk with her, she seems to be on the. She seems to have a very forceful personality of the like. Sort of having her, it's like my way or the highway sort of attitude, right? But
I'll do my best to keep my composure.
yes, but after you sort of talk, and you do know that she is of Fan Gangrel, you ask and like, she does actually seem to be, she doesn't seem to be quite knowledgeable in it, but she says that she is a of Norman descent, and that even though her family has had pagan descents, they have long since turned to Catholicism, and that she believes in God.
Thank you, Demi. This wife will do.
I'm glad.
His wife.
Look
Is
at this
she
dog,
blonde
look how it looks
or
like
is she a redhead?
By the picture, going more for blonde, more like dirty blonde, if you get me.
Okay, so then she cannot possibly be the random redhead. Good.
Depends on if you wash the blood out of her hair first and the dirt and, everything else or not.
But after having some pleasantries, she's gonna have to cut you short because it's her turn. As
Of
she
course, of
goes into the
course.
ramming essentially, and having a bit of a warm-up procedure before the competition. The next individual you find seems to be carousing with a few people, and you see them playing a ancient, chess essentially, a more medieval chess sort of deal. And you meet him, and he is Gabriel de Santangel. Spanish descent, seemingly from the name as well. You know he is of Clan Bruja. And talking to him, he seems like a very gruff individual, right? Like he's scarred all over, seen a lot of battle and the like. But talking to him, you actually realize that he's actually well learned. Actually, he even knows a tidbit here in religion and the like. But he mentions that his specialty in sort of more about battle and history and the like that, right? Ancient wars.
I see.
And he actually very happily has this conversation as he basically wrecks the guy he's playing, chess with, even though he's on a good mark focusing on you as well. But what you can get from him is he's a strongish individual, but he seems to be, not your usual soldier, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
He's a smart man, a true tactical leader. I see.
And yet too much of a pussy to be fighting in the Reconquista right now.
Oh, I'm sure he'll be going back in a few days.
And the last, there's a lot of other. There's a few other contenders, right? But obviously, I'm not going to make 20 fucking NPCs, so fuck y'all.
Wow, what a lazy
What?
ST.
Not making it every
Are any
single
of them
NPC?
noticeably female or redheaded?
The only female in terms of the contenders is Brunhilde, but no redheads.
Okay, good.
And
Then
the last,
this random redhead is probably not amongst them. Good.
and the last person you encounter seems to be currently inside, and he's having sort of a more civilized discussion with some of the other Ventru. As you know, he's Clan Ventru. This last individual of note is Reginald Howitt. You have some conversation with him. He applies his pleasantries, but he's also very much has the sin of pride in him. He tries not to fail it too much, but you can see that he puts up, I'm, very glad that I am one of the rare individuals that can participate in this competition.
Ah, a venture, I see.
Yes.
You know, we should have entered me as a contestant just so he could stand next to a Malkavian and just lose his fucking shit.
You had the chance. You could have even defeated Brunhilde in battle.
Yeah, but
to
it's not
woo
what my
her.
character would have done.
Oof, we should have forced you to do it, Gek.
And in general, you get sort of the sense of them, but none of the contenders seem to be, of what you're looking for.
Good, good. I'm glad.
But there does seem to be a variety of individuals here. Eventually, though, as so yeah, just one thing. Since you guys have maybe like 20 minutes or something before it actually starts, would any of you like to do anything? Since the 45 minutes is just like quick conversations, is going to take most of your time, Lambert.
Scanning the crowds, looking for redheads among the guests.
Okay. You can roll me a perception alertness. If you're going to use auspics, you
Definitely.
can lower it. Severin?
I was gonna go talk to my sire, ask about Asamites. I can ask about a redhead too.
Okay. We'll get that. And Shablana, anything you'd like to do quickly?
Yeah, I would like to write a message on in the code language. You know,
Wow,
Just-
selling me out, huh?
just writing down that I know like who sold that information to the fairies, and implicate Domino, and just with like a nice thing at the end where it says destroy this message once read.
Yeah, we'll note, because I probably should have noted that, but you don't really have to write a message unless you really want to, because your sire, your grandsire rather, will be participating, or rather
What?
watching.
Well, I just don't want to actually like talk, like say it out aloud.
Oh yeah, of course. But just note, she will be present, and so will Katerina.
Yeah.
Does Domhnall get an Auspics roll?
Auspics, he already rolled. So you look through the crowd, and I mean, you do see a few redheads here and there, right? Just natural gingers and the like. But none that sort of well, I mean, you keep an eye on them, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they seem to be just sort of conversing, socializing. Some of them even, well, you see one of them, part of the gang, Grell, seems to also be part of the ramming and the like, right? But nothing that sort of catches your attention that they're like going behind something or blah blah. But you have your eye on them for sure, just in case, unless this is all facade. I'm gonna say that in this entire crowd, redheads, like half a dozen to a dozen maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And Severin, you're able to find your sire eventually. After you're looking, you find actually sort of catch him as he's entering, right? Sort of arriving almost near time, and when he sees you, Severin, get over here, and he goes in for a big ass fucking hug as.
Sorry, it's Corona. Can't thank you. No.
How have you been? How was Orleans?
Orleans was very nice. I met a very interesting fellow there. Vincentius Gerald, if you know him.
Yeah, I know him. But he makes a killer wine, but I like the
Exactly.
person. So,
Well, I've been getting some teachings from him, which was nice. How are you, Constantine?
well,
I'll be right back.
there's been better days. There's been worse days. But honestly, seeing you about to watch a jousting competition, I'm vivid right now. Did you get us a spot?
I
Please
can
don't
have.
be in first class. Right there in front of everything. Best view of the house.
Oh fuck! Wait, would a good spot be at the top, overlooking everything, or would that be a bad spot?
Actually, usually, if I remember right, kings and the like go on the top spots.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So I could get a spot there, right?
If you ask nicely, I don't know, Kraft, can you?
I mean, I wanted more of a spot where I can overlook everyone, so I can use all specs too,
Okay.
because I'm gonna be busy.
So
We
I'll
specifically
say
have a room for that as well.
true. Seeing that you have it, he sort of looks. I doubt we're going to get the very top. That's where the queen and the prince is going to be.
Yes, of course. But we don't want to be too far down in case one of the horses goes crazy or something.
Don't worry.
Plus, all the ghouls are down there.
He's sort of just like, Severin,
Yes.
let me show you one of the old tricks in the book. Follow me.
Oh my god.
And you watch him as he goes up to sort of one of the
Fucking
more
fly.
important people, right? Sort of like the sheriff, the seneschals, blah blah. And he starts giving a small introduction, blah blah. And it's like, yeah, have you met hey, it's me, what up? Yeah, Severin, you've met him. Oh, cool, right? So, anyways, where are we sitting? And one of the sort of organizers, blah blah, Margaret and all who are sort of like still keen on that are like, oh no, you're supposed
Oh
to sit
yeah.
there. And he's like, really though? I remember seeing, in my letter and stuff, it's supposed to be higher. It's like, no, we don't remember writing locations in the letter. No, I'm very sure it was written there. And he starts going through like a bit of a dribble, and
Oh my
like,
god.
but very politely, right? He's not trying to push, buttons to that point. But eventually, he's able to go through, the organizers, blah blah, and
I want to dab on them so hard, but like, ask Queen Margaret if I can sit up there. But but I'm not gonna do it.
and eventually, you're able to get a spot about the third row, right? Since the second row is like where dukes and like sort of important people are supposed to be, and like, see, just with that, 2 rows above. Mwah. Feels good to be a count, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, well, where was I allowed to like go and shit? Because I'm on guard duty, right? So I have like.
Yeah, there's you were supposed to be much lower down essentially,
Oh.
but he was able to oh, he's my child. Come on, I can sit next to my child, right? He's one of
Lol.
mine.
Okay, what? Fine. Anyways, Constantine, I was gonna ask you, since you know a lot of people, do you know any? Was there any Assamites in the guest list that you might know of?
Let me think.
I'm not gonna ask it a bit more quietly, not actually asking it loudly. But I'm
Hmm.
assuming it's a bit loud around because there's festivities and shit because it's a fucking jousting tournament.
There is. He sort of thinks to himself.
It's not like it's super bad to ask
I
about that shit.
think one of the contenders sounded vaguely Assamite. But if he sort of looks at you. I don't usually question you, Severin, but I am curious. Why do you need an Assamite?
He's just wondering what it takes to take out contract on a 4th gen.
Preferably if it was a mage, because I need to learn some blood magic. Or I wish to learn some blood magic.
Questioning intensifies.
He sort of
I
looked-
mean, you know, for the blood wine and stuff, you know, that's been my dream. Well, I've gotten some leads and clues and progress, but I need magic apparently.
he sort of goes and brushes your hair. It's like,
Oh, you
Aw,
precious boy!
What the fuck? yeah, he's treating me like a little kid still, motherfucker. Oh well.
The little Severins, they're like, I am the knight, release me!
Severin, if you want to learn blood magic, don't worry. We can arrange that.
Daddy has you, my little boy!
Aww.
I mean, he's my ally for a reason.
This is cursed.
Now, I'm not sure if you're looking for anybody, well, that specific. I mean, you said you wanted somebody who's more of a mage kind. I can send out some letters to some people that I knew from the past, and it might take them a while to arrive. But here on the party, I'm not quite sure. Most of them have long gone back to the Nile, so might take a while.
The Nile?
Nile.
Oh,
Big
you're
oaf.
learning Setite magic. You're in the drugs now, boy.
Oh no.
This is what you wanted. Oh, you could get people so high.
I mean, I guess it's gonna work out in the end. Oof.
I mean, it's a superior way of making wine.
I get the
They
fucking
have like
Prince
multiple
Alexander.
rituals for making different kinds of drugs with different kinds of effects.
I mean, since they can already do blood drugs, how about blood wine?
So they're gonna give you blood wine, and then they're gonna raise you blood LSD and blood cocaine and blood heroin as well.
How quick do you need this Asimite, though?
Asimite.
I mean, I would like to learn it over the next couple of years. I mean, the earlier the better, but I'm not in a rush right now. Well, actually, I am in a rush. Fuck. No, I'm not saying that out loud though. But like,
Yeah, no.
fuck, I'm actually in a rush because the fucking if I can't do this blood wine early enough, fucking Alexander's gonna get me.
Not if you get him first. The dice
If I
can
get
fuck even a Methuselah craft. You just
Yeah,
have to
that's-
believe.
I just need to find an Asimite, learn Quietus, and then do the blood poison, put it in the wine. Here you go, Alexander.
Here, my prince, drink this. Stiffens up, falls over. Only the eyes will look at you in horror. Severin's fangs extend exactly as planned. Thank you, Papa Zinch.
City falls 200 years too early. What happened? I don't know.
Burp. He
Perfect.
just fell on my fangs repeatedly. I don't know how he could be so clumsy.
So sad.
What an unfortunate set of events.
But your sire sort of looks and he's like, all right then. Once I get back, I'll start writing the letters. It'll take some time to arrive, take them some time to arrive, but I think about if they're quick, help with some transport, I might be able to get them here in about a year or so.
Too late. You only have 9 months left, bitch.
I mean, it's not like he's that impatient, right? He's a fucking Methuselah.
He gave you a deadline. He said you had a year. 3 months ago.
So he wants it really quickly, huh?
But he doesn't want. What the fucking. I mean, I can get him blood wine. It's just that I want to be able to make it myself. Like, I already have a product ready. It's just that I want to be able to make it myself. Right now, the product is pretty shit.
He said
'Cause it's
that
not
you
an
needed to produce a wine that was quote-unquote good enough within a year, I think.
Yeah, the issue is he's becoming a fucking Methuselah. So as long as it tastes like blood, it's gonna be a lot better than what the fuck he was tasting before.
I know, he can have whatever blood he wants. I don't think he's interested in tasting blood.
No, but it's gonna be fucking. It's gonna be blood wine. It's just that it's the mage doing it, not me.
Listen. We can
Which is
just
bad.
we can just get you all the manure you need, and then you can blow this fucker up.
Yeah, you see, you already have 101% plow
I
power.
hear there is an abandoned village with an abandoned set of fields. We just need to capture some cattle somewhere and get to work. It's summer right now, just set them to pasture.
Holy shit! It's just time to blow the prince up. I mean, me and explosives usually work out very well in campaigns. You know that, right, Chris?
Oh, yeah, maybe we shouldn't go down this route.
It worked out this time.
That is correct.
I mean, it's an attractive solution, but given that it's cracked, maybe we really should rethink this.
It might just be the entire castle blowing up and not just the prince.
I mean, we need to blow up the entire castle if we want to be sure we got him.
Yeah. I mean, he is fortitude inclad.
Okay, it might be the entire island and not only the castle.
Bro, I don't think there's enough manure to go around.
That's why we get the field and the cows, Demi. We got 9 months.
Start chewing, bovines.
Just keep buying more and more cows. What are you doing with all those cows, Severin? Oh, I've actually become a farmer now. It's my new passion, you know. You know how it is.
Of course. But is there anything else you want to ask your sire, or is it gonna just go to small talk usually?
Oh yeah. Could you tell? Was there any Assamites in the fucking here right now?
Roll me a perception alertness since you're gonna be looking out anyways.
And I was gonna ask him about the redhead too. Shit. Perception alertness.
Yeah, let's go one at a time. So give me a perception alertness. Difficulty
difficulty.
4. Since I'm presuming you're using Auspex.
Yeah, of course.
Similar result to Chris. You do see, a dozen or so, the redheads that you're sort of keeping out. But, you're keeping an eye on them, but you're not really, sure. Yeah, there's some female, but
I mean,
male and the like.
I can point to them and ask my sire if he knows if they're a vampire or not, maybe.
Most individual, I'm going to tell you right now.
Or is it too far?
You
Oh.
literally has aura sight. He has to ask his sire if someone's a vampire. Bro, I can see why he treats you as a
If he
kid.
knows them, you dumb.
No, I get it, but no, I'm telling you right now. They're all kindred, but I'll get to that. In terms of Assamites, well, what you go on is obviously the stereotype. You're looking for
Arabic name, looking like a Middle Easterner.
you're looking for turbans, right?
The redhead drill.
Probably just gonna be viziers though, no sorcerers or warriors. There might be a warrior, but mostly viziers probably.
Yeah. You do look around, and there does seem to be some individuals that definitely have sort of a turban. So you do feel like, okay, there's some people
I
who...
mean, old Assamites are fucking obsidian, so.
Yeah, none of that here.
Uh-oh.
No.
No obsidian.
Uh-oh.
The big boy club isn't here.
Alright, but the darker skinned ones should be here.
Wow, Craft. Wow.
It's their fucking clan flaw, what the fuck?
They're hiding.
Judging people on the
They're hiding
color
the
of their
castle,
skin,
watching
aren't you
from
like
afar,
an
clearly.
immigrant? What the fuck? What the fuck, Craft?
Don't you know that the immigrants are the most racist ones anyway?
Craft, as a storyteller, I have to warn you. This is a 13 plus campaign, right? No racism allowed.
Listen, there is a rule in
Fucking murder and devouring of rats and all that
That's
other
perfectly
shit.
normal.
That's allowed. That's normal. But
Craft, since
I
you're
want to look for the black ones. That's illegal.
Craft, since you're being racist, we have to assume that you're Nazi, and according to E5, Nazis are always supposed to lose, so you're gonna get fucked, son.
Oh, I got dark face fluff. Nice.
Now, I don't want to be called like an arbitrary storyteller. So I think
No, it's the rules as written. He has to lose now.
we're playing V20, sadly. So as the storyteller, I have to put up a vote. Vote to take away Craft's XP for the next 5 sessions. I vote.
I believe Nazi should be punished. I'm sorry. Racism can't be tolerated.
We did it, guys.
Honestly, I think the
fucking
storyteller is
overlap
being
so
too
much.
merciful, but it's his call.
We did it, guys. Racism.
I'm gonna pull out the axe here.
Ooh.
Okay, Timmy, so who's the next replacement?
Somebody not racist. Of course.
When do I get any better lungs for what you've done?
You know, I think
So-
Al is a good replacement.
Okay, I see.
So, but
Alright, but for fuck's sake, let me just ask my in the ground, you fuck!
you are sure you are able to differentiate between skin tones with that perception alertness to the point where you see so clearly that you are not racist. There are some darker skin, there are some lighter skin, so there's presumably at least age taking an effect to some point. So
I mean, if there's any that are going to be of proper age, you'd fucking want to look in the castle itself, because that's where they'd be hiding.
the other part is, of course, you can't know really if it's their natural skin tone and then it darkens, or obviously if you are.
I mean, when they get dark enough, you can see that it's very unnatural skin tone.
There's literally an Assamite sorcerer in the fucking government.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you think I want to ask the government for help when they're cocking me all the time?
Well, actually, it's a. Don't you know that's pretty cool to if you're rich enough, it's pretty
Crap.
cool to ask the
Crap.
government for money.
Listen, anti-racist laws aren't there to cuck you. They're to protect people.
Shut the fuck up.
And that's how the anarch started. Just ask the government. Shut the fuck up! I don't want to ask the government.
I'm just gonna eat my Methuselah. What are you gonna do, bitch?
I'm just gonna eat the prince. Then I will be the government.
Oh, this is so.
That's how it works, right?
So
If I have the gen, I become the government, right?
okay, Crash, shut the fuck up. So to get
Shut
to
the
the final
fuck up.
before we end, because Chris has a night schedule that he has to follow, otherwise his back hurts the entire day. So as you sort of keep conversation with your sire, and you're talking to the contestants to the very end, Lambert, Treblana, you're able to finish up the skulls and find a place as well near your sire and Katarina as well for the time being. And Domino, you can find a appropriate spot as well if you want to watch the competition.
What about the redheads, Demi, that I asked my fucking sire about? Because you fucking didn't answer that because of the fucking Assamite shit.
He knows some, he doesn't know some.
Were any of them, special?
No.
Only to him.
Wow.
See, when a
No,
mommy
alright.
Toreador and a daddy Toreador love each other very much, Craft.
They murder some
birth
random
a
kid.
monster.
They murder a random kid
Inconceivable.
and make him their child. Yeah,
course.
I know.
But eventually, as you sort of sit down and people are sort of finding their seats and the like, eventually trumpets will horn. And, it starts a similar charade like 3 months ago where, there's a bit of an entrance, the Rosette's coming in, the Queen coming in, and lastly the Prince coming in. They all find their, seats at the very top, essentially, sort of overviewing the entire thing, looking powerful and douchey at the same time. And as the
yes.
Prince sort of sits down, and the contenders sort of line up, right? Sort of armored up, looking up. You, Lambert, roll me give me a charisma performance roll. Real quick. At difficulty, I'd say with the successes you had, you can roll me at a 4. This is going to be pretty easy since like the base is also pretty fucking good.
So it's at 5 because I don't have performance.
Yes.
I'd like to willpower this.
Go for it. Very nice. So you go through and speak about God and quote the verses, and you go around spraying some holy water on all of them and pray for their good luck and things. And some, at the end of them, they'll do the Christian symbolism, and there's some claps going on as sort of that finishes. The prince hushes them all down and simply proclaims in a bit of a louder voice than usually, "May the competition officially begin." And with that, a final clap sort of happens as the contenders sort of all bow and get to their, start getting ready for the competition. And the competition is, fierce. There's a lining, there's a bracket, how people are supposed to go and whatnot. And some are very strong hits, some end up being very delayed and dull battles. It really depends on the contenders. Some are more beefy and are able to take a hit, not go down. Some are literally just like flung off their horse with a single lance charge. And some people laugh, especially the Bruhan Gangler. It's like, did you see how far that guy went? Like, oh damn. And all in all, it's pretty enjoyable. And nothing goes wrong for the time being, as all of you keep an eye out. And that's where we're going to end the session for the time being, for part 1 of this. Can't wait to what happens in part 2, guys.
Cliffhangers.
Of course, nothing bad happens.
I
It's
hope
an
this
enjoyable
lasts
night.
for another 2 sessions, because then for the last part I will have a voice of madness to properly kick off this party.
Oof.
Perfect. So, with the ending of the session, let's go through the mechanical stuff. So everybody can get a. Actually, no. Let's go obviously as we did, and let's start with craft, because I think we bullied craft a good amount here. Craft, out of character and in character. How did you feel?
Have you learned how not to be racist?
Have you learned your lesson, kiddo?
You're muted. We can't hear you.
At-
Apologize to the viewers.
As a person of color, I can't be racist.
Sorry.
That just makes it worse when you're racist towards your own people.
I don't really believe that Craft is colorful enough.
Yeah,
to
he
concept.
looks pretty white, especially with the way he's acting.
Yeah.
Have you considered getting a tan, Craft?
Have you considered that I live in Sweden?
Sounds
Wow,
like
you need to flex over how prosperous your country is? That's fucking racist.
Nah, that's classist at this point.
Alright,
Eat the rich.
whatever. Okay,
I now have
so
hiccups, thank you.
in character, Severin's like, what the fuck is going on with Domhnall and Treblana? And what the fuck is it with that skull? And Rip Francis, man, it's gonna be hard trying to fucking save him. And this tournament shit, I mean, I guess if they come and kill some more people, I might have a better excuse for trying to get Francis. What?
That's morbid.
I mean,
Continue.
oof. And also it's nice to meet my sire, even though he's a bit of a. I mean, when I show him my progress, he'll understand. He'll understand.
He'll acknowledge you as a big boy.
Will he though?
If I actually succeed, hell yeah.
And out of character?
Fuck you guys.
I'll take that as a pretty good session overall. Eeny, meeny,
Before
miny,
your
moe,
meat.
cat the tiger bite his toe. If he bite for Lambert, go.
I gotta say, the session was very enjoyable, especially all the nonsense about the skull. As far as lesson goes, simple lesson. Do your best at handling, identifying figures, and figuring out how to respond. I mean,
Fair enough.
I don't know what else to say.
Very well. Redimir looks sufficiently depressed. Redimir, let's go you next.
Okay, out of character. I think this is like pretty cursed overall, and this party is very functional, and also good on craft to finally learn some real power with his attempts to get blood magic going. In character, well, to be honest, I'm kind of a pickle. She kind of needs, kind of wants that skull now to still give to her grandsire, but at the same time, the
Make me an offer.
fairies. I'm gonna trade craft if I have to.
What the fuck?
He's gonna trade you to the fairies, you see.
Okay.
I'm
Also, you
gonna
act
need
like
Severin and a 50 gold coins broker fee for myself. And I'll hook you up.
you will hook me up. I see. Sounds like a
Good
bad
luck.
deal.
Good luck getting that cooperation.
God fucking bless.
I mean, how tough could you be? I'm just gonna clonk you over the head and take you to the fairies.
God fucking damn it.
It's not Craft, unless you blood buff your stamina, that's probably what's gonna happen.
See, in order to know when to buff, he has to see the arrows coming. And I can keep 4 of them in the air at the same time.
And you'd never expect Domhnall to ambush you, right? Sounds like
After all the fucking lying he did today.
I never said a straight lie, fuck you.
Okay, after all the fucking suspicious shit he's been going on about and being like me noticing that he's not telling the whole truth and shit.
It's okay, they still don't know that I was the one who yelled the Elder. I see this is an absolute win.
So cursed.
You
Okay,
guys are all fucking cursed.
and Chris, Domhnall, out of character in character.
Yeah, no, Domhnall figures that with him actually drawing upon his fairy contact, sooner or later, at least these fuckers were gonna find out. And everything else has been coming up Domhnall today, so yeah, he sees this as an absolute fucking win, and he actually got really good news. Apparently the fairies managed to get a skull without any real trouble, so he has a payday coming up.
I'm gonna go. Right, I can't ask him for help because he's a bitch.
Remember, this is a lie, I just want to note. Wait a second! Fuck!
Did you get bamboozled?
I got
You stupid cunt! You fucking donkey!
It's been recorded, Debbie. It's immortalized on the internet now. Somebody make a clip out of it. Come on, Twitch chat. I believe.
I'd like to purchase True Faith, please.
Shut the fuck up.
Uh.
So, out of character?
Yeah, no, out of character, everything is going according to plan. Better than I expected, honestly. So, I didn't expect to be able to actually manage to throw up enough smoke to confuse them as to me having Yo Elder. I expected them to figure it out and come at me for that. So, I see this as an absolute win.
Yeah. Who would have known? If you had 2 fuck-ups, you distract one fuck-up with the other fuck-up.
I mean, you distract, and then you let them discover one fuck-up, and then you make a deal about that and hope they don't look for the other one.
Well, a great plan. Alright then. So everybody gets 3 XP. Everybody regains 1 willpower. And is there anything for natures that anybody would want to, you know, tell about? Perfect. Sounds good enough for me.
What? I'm gonna.
You have a nature? Can you justify your nature?
I will. I'm going to look at the definition again because I might.
About all that.
What the fuck, Demi?
I'm looking at it and I'm just like, you can do better.
Wow. Okay. I remember this.
It took you
You
forever
pay for
to see
this.
through the Malkavian when he was being obvious. I mean, honestly, how well did you really do?
I fail like all of my perception empathy rolls except the last one, so I'm not gonna say anything.
Severin, you're a perfectionist, right?
Yeah, no, nothing.
What even
No,
is the
I haven't
roll
spent any
on
willpower though,
manipulate?
so
Gucci. And the last person I didn't check was fucking Donald.
I mean, Domhnall feels like he's flexed on people, but not to the extent that it would, actually give him extra willpower.
Yeah, also trying to consistently flex on your own code, remember, stops working at a moment. You need an actual crowd at a point.
I mean, he's not trying to, it's just the way he is, Demi.
Right. All right.
Couldn't
then.
exactly be a defender of Christianity when no one was insulting it.
Okie dokie then. So, with that, let us say our goodbyes, and hopefully see you guys next week.
What is the roll for Dementation 4 in Dark Ages?
Let me check real quick. Never mind. My PDF doesn't work.
Cursed.
Very sorry.
Where the...
You find that out, but I trust in you.
Oh,
How much does true faith cost again?
So, goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
bye.
Bye.
Don't die at office.
And if you stop watching after this session because of how horribly racist Craft was, I'm sorry to see you go, but I understand. It was really upsetting for us as well.
You know,
Just make a poll, and if enough votes me out, I'll leave. Don't worry.
if you found today's session very racist, leave a comment telling how bad Craft is, and leave a like so people are aware how unracist we are. Don't forget to subscribe too.
Yes, please help him improve. We will pass your comments along.
Oh,
We
That's
must
the
all
best
do
way
our
to
part
fix
to
the world.
confront racism in role playing.
Stopping racism
Can't do it, man.
begins at the individual level. We've done it.
I think
It's your
we've done a good
Demi.
job here today by immediately calling him out.
My poor lungs.
No,
Goodbye, everyone.